Back to the piss. Alright. Well, we know where this is starting. Oh, morning. Nothing worse than waking up from the same bad dreams as ever, watching the last of your money pour out of you in a yellow stream, and remembering that the only reason you got to sleep at all last night was the amount you drank beforehand. But I slept, and even if I got woken up by the same dreams as ever, that's more than I could say for the 3 nights beforehand. Plus, I finished the first job I've had in months yesterday, and I'm due to be paid today. It was a tough job, but the pay was more than enough to make up for it. More money than I can remember having. At least enough to keep me happily drunk for at least a couple more months. Just what I need. Not the game Harvester. Games by the company Harvester. Wow, it was a lot of piss. How much did I drink last night? I feel good, though. It could turn out to be a good day. Been a while since I can remember having one. To be fair, it's been a while since I remember pretty much anything. With a drinking habit like mine, the past was a place I don't recall ever being to. Alright, okay, that's gonna stay up. Yeah, so Harvester Games, the developer, which I forget, it's a Polish or Slavic last name for it, Rem something. I can't remember his full name. But the guy, the Harvester Games made the Cat Lady, Downfall, Lorelei, the fourth one. I've played it, I just can't remember the name of it right now. And they've got another one on the way. Not the game Harvester. I do have to clarify that a lot, actually. So it's their fault. What was the most recent one? It was good too. I don't know why I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so yeah, haven't been to the past, but without a drinking habit like mine, I simply couldn't get to sleep. I spent countless nights laying awake, staring at the darkness, haunted by something I don't even recall doing. And when I can afford the drink and can finally sleep, the same dream wakes me sweating and terrified every time. Dreams of happy people, green grass, blue skies, children playing happily in the warm sun. Dreams of young lovers tangled in each other's arms, and old lovers looking fondly back over all the times they've shared. I have no idea why I keep having the same dream, or why it leaves me shivering in fear every time it wakes me. I just wish it would go away. But today will be a good day. I deserve at least one of those by now. Oh wow, look at that. Kamea is actually a really beautiful city. I almost forget that some days. Might have the chance to actually enjoy the city today. Oh. Moira. Drawl. I was wondering when you'd show up. Have you got my money? Hang on a minute. What's going on? The guy who's going to pay you is dead. You did very well, Moira, and I must thank you once more for everything you've done. Tell me what's going on. I am dead, just as I knew I would be. Dead? I took care of everything you told me to do. It was only a matter of time before they got me. You were a distraction, a very useful one. But I knew they would get me eventually. And my pay? I am sorry, but the ferryman requires 2 gold coins, and I do not fancy swimming the Styx. As much as you've earned your pay, I am sorry to say I must take it with me to my grave. You bastard, you knew this would happen. It was necessary to deceive you in order to ensure my well-being in the afterlife. Goodbye, Moira, and thank you. For everything. 2,000 copper coins he promised me. Weeks of following leads, tracking people through the night, taking them out one by one until every name was crossed off my list. All gone so that a parasite like him was guaranteed a safe spot in the afterlife. Chiral, you selfish bastard. I'll get my money out of you, even if I have to dig you up and steal the gold coins from your corpse myself. Actually, that's not a bad idea. If Gerald had only just died, his body would be still interred at the mortuary. I could go there and steal the coins from the corpse. It was considered absolutely foolish to do such a thing by most. A couple gold coins in exchange for being constantly haunted by an angry spirit for the rest of your life wasn't a fair trade. But those 2 gold copper coins are worth about the same as 2,000 coppers he promised me. I'm owed that money. It belongs to me. To hell with superstition. I'm going to the mortuary. It's payday. Alright. Been needing my sword today. I haven't needed it for a long time, really. Hardly even fight anymore. That's Keith, my sword. He was named Keith by the last person who owned him. It suited him too much for me to change it. I hardly take him out of the house anymore. I got little enough work as it is, and most of it is stuff that any weakling could punch or headbutt their way through. I don't mind, so long as I get my enough coin to afford my booze, and I only ever buy the cheapest, strongest, brewed in a bathtub drink these days. Gotta love that piss wine. Lately, I haven't even managed to afford much of that. Oh, there's a save. Yeah. Okay. City of Kamea. The smell coming through the window from the street below is even worse than the stench in this room, and that's no trivial thing to overpower. I've lived here most of my life, the bits I can remember anyway. Aside from the occasional trip abroad to fulfill a contract, I rarely have any cause to travel outside the city walls. It's a city built on commerce, and that means everything is for sale. And everything is a price. People like me will always have work in a town like this. My table doubles as a bed on really bad nights. These bottles are all empty. No wonder I woke up with a mouth that tasted like a boat piss and a headache the size of a continent. I must have drunk enough last night to paralyze a barbarian. I'm guessing barbarian in the large fighty man sense. Still, it meant that I managed to get a few hours sleep. It's rare enough to be considered a luxury these days. My stove. Warms my place for in the winter and is good for cooking food on. I don't even bother to think about eating. Pile of rags that passes for my bed these days. Sold my bed long ago, and I hardly sleep anymore anyway. This works well enough for the nights I can get a few hours rest. Apparently I didn't finish drinking it all last night. Okay. My firewood. Some woodcutter named Kelvin keeps me well stocked. Apparently I did some favor for him several years ago, and he feels obliged to keep me well stocked. I have no idea what I did for him. My journal says it was messy. I certainly don't regret it. Food for the bioluminescent organisms in our lights. Don't feed them, they don't glow. This light is always glowing. It's filled with tiny bioluminescent organisms, and the only way to make the glow go away is to cover up the light with a cloth or let them die. I like the color, so I let them glow away happily. My journal. I never use the damn thing anymore. Oh, sorry. I poured so many different types of toxic shit into my guts to try and stop the nightmares that I can hardly remember a thing anymore. I can't remember what started the nightmares, though according to this journal, the reason I started drinking was to forget that. Nice to know my plan was a complete failure, I suppose. See if I can't get the first part of that again. The only purpose it serves is to remind me of who I am on the days I manage to wipe my memory out completely. Okay. Not sure what this is doing on the floor. So we got critter food. Partially full bottle. Still full. We guess passed out before I managed to get to this one last night. Can I take the journal? Date unknown. I hate everything and almost everyone. Bit of a mood. Really want to go and get drunk. Tired and annoyed. There. Updated my journal. Fire still burning. Try not to stock it up too much in warmer months or else it gets too hot in here. It's still hot enough to keep my kettle going and cook food whenever I remember to eat. Okay. Can't sleep now. Haven't had enough to drink. There's a bottle cap left here. Might take it. See if Thoriato will give it to him for his collection. Just flex it if needed to escape in a hurry. That sounds like a thing. Light's working perfectly. Down the stairs is Kamea City. Colorful, filthy, noisy, smelly. My kind of city. Alright. So what do we got here? We had the critter food, the bottle cap, and the jar. Yeah, okay. Then the bottle of beverage. I didn't see if the kettle was a separate thing. It is, okay. Kettle. Hot water's always useful. Okay, Emba. This beautiful, exotic-looking woman doesn't look like she comes from around here. Her bright eyes shine against her dark skin, and her perfume is sweet and spicy. Staff at her side suggests that she possesses some arcane knowledge, and her dress is made from a smooth, rich-looking fabric that reflects different hues as the light hits it. The old feline features of this man betray his origin as a tass. His clothing is practical and looks well made. Probably wasn't cheap. He sits quite comfortably on the elevated perch, coolly surveying the street around him with a casual air. Considering how rare it is to see a Tassie here in Kamea, he looks quite comfortably at home. This man wears the bright red robes of some order I don't recognize and has mysterious markings on his forehead. From his belt dangles a small vial filled with the same creatures that fill the lights of buildings, effectively a torch for when the streets grow dark. Okay. Hello there.
Good morning, child. I am Ember.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Moira. Nice staff. I recognize those. They cost a fortune. It's rare to see them here at all here. Most sorcerers can't afford them.
I didn't buy this, child. I created it myself.
You're an enchanter?
Indeed, I am.
I've never met an actual enchanter before.
I hope I'm not a disappointment to you. Most people expect cloaks, white hair, and plenty of wrinkles.
I tried wearing a cloak once. It was getting in the way.
Ha, I have to agree there. Can't see sense in them myself.
How'd you become an enchanter?
Somebody just showed me one day, and ever since I've been studying it. It's really not that hard once you see how magic works.
Can you teach me how to do it?
It really isn't something that can be figured out by meditation or discussion. To properly grasp the nature of enchantment, one must feel the world around them as it really is. To imbue a part of nature with an essence that is not naturally present in its form, you must first understand what form it originally takes.
Okay.
Here, let me show you.
She looks at me, gazing into my eyes. I feel the world around me slow to a crawl, so lethargic is time now that even blinking is a lumbering, hefty motion. My eyes focused properly for the first time ever and allowed me to see the whole world around me as it truly is. I could see millions, no billions of tiny particles, flying, humming, bouncing all around me. Stones, the plant, the people, all were made of these tiny specks. Even the air around me was full, absolutely teeming with these things. What moments ago seemed like a relatively peaceful street was now a chaotic scene filled with motion. Even the gentle breeze against my face was now a mass of the particles relentlessly pounding against me. I followed Imba's glance to her staff and could see that where life once flowed through bark surrounding the wood now ran something else. Something that wasn't the particles. This was magic, I knew, and it needed to be treated as a living thing. Then she looked back at me again, and the world went back to the way it was. I was used to seeing it once more.
You see?
That was...
No, there are no words for it. If there were words for it, someone would have written it down and everyone would be able to know it. But there aren't, so it has to be sent with all of your mind.
I guess you're right. I really can't think of a way to describe that. Thank you. That was amazing. How does seeing particles help with magic?
Again, child, it must be shown. Bring me a green stone and I will show you. They are not uncommon around here, and I think you will be able to appreciate this with example.
Or with this example. Okay. What brings you to this part of the city?
Learning, child, always learning. There is magic in all places, in people, in words, in thoughts. I travel to as many different places as I can, observing the magic that happens in everyday life. By doing this, my understanding of magic grows daily.
Okay. Farewell, Imba.
Be safe, child.
Alright, so we need a green stone. I get the feeling this is going to be a longer one, so my wishes came true. Hello there.
Hello.
What are you doing up there?
I'm thinking, aren't I?
Thinking?
Aye, thinking. I'm an assassin, lass, and being an assassin is hard. Making a name for yourself is pretty darn difficult when you're not really supposed to advertise. On the one hand, a good assassin always keeps his cover intact, you see. On the other, if nobody knows who I am, then how am I to build a reputation for myself?
Yes, I see your point. Why tell me that you're an assassin? Surely it's dangerous handing such information out if you're trying to preserve your identity. Aye, but I can tell you're an assassin like me, lass. Ha, me? An assassin? I'm a mercenary, I'm sorry to say. Not fancy enough to be an assassin, just a regular soldier who will fight for coins. Yeah, it's close. In any case, I can tell you're in the same game. Fair enough. You need a motif. A motif? Sure, a recurring theme, a sort of signature you leave on a corpse. Calling card. That way people will recognize you from this and you never need to reveal an actual identity. Interesting idea. What do you suggest? Well, it can be anything. Anything specific? Not really, but I'm sure there's plenty of things you could use. Well, I mean, okay, think of anything. Maybe the bottle cap for him, unless we find the other person. Excuse me, sir. As I address the man, his face turns from its bored expression to a bemused smile, eyes crinkling up at the edges and twinkling with some secret joke. Hmm? Oh, I guess from looking at you, you're a whore desperate for a client. Allow me to save you the embarrassment of having to ask by stating I'd never be interested in the service of such an unattractive wench as yourself. Alright, fuck this guy. Well, don't fuck this guy, but fuck this guy. I beg your pardon? Twinkling his eyes dies down a bit, his expression regains some of the boredness it had earlier. You heard me, wench. Or are you as stupid as well as loose? Ugh, you wish, creep. From you, I think not, Hold. I only stoop so far as the filthy, flea-laden whores. Pox-ridden filth like yourself will below even my pathetic standards. Actually, I'd guess from just looking at you that you're incredibly stupid. It's not that great a comeback. Thankfully, you saved me the embarrassment of asking whether this was true by proving it when you began to speak. At this offhand retort, the glow in his eye brightened a little, and his smile seems to grow. I hope you realize that I spoke in such a manner so that one such as yourself could understand it. I'd have been more polite and subtle, but I wanted to save you the embarrassment of having to ask what I meant. But now you must be embarrassed, for you misunderstood me. If you'd understood me properly, you'd have realized that what I actually meant was that even if I was a whore, I'd never degrade myself with asking for business from you. This is kind of playground turnabout, but okay. Even the whores in this city have some standards. You surely understand. I think I could find someone who could tolerate you if we went to the dirtiest, poorest part of the slums. Is this just insult jousting? But the sound of laughter brought his smile, so his teeth show, a big, genuine smile. He seems to be enjoying this. Oh, how kind to give me a tour of your place. How very thoughtful. I really appreciate that. It's lovely to see that even a pathetic excuse for humanity like yourself can bring themselves to think about someone other than themselves. You seem to think highly of yourself, so at least someone always thinks of you. That all you got? I thought you may have actually had something clever to retort with. I guess I was mistaken. Perhaps you're too angry at me to come up with some clever reply. Nax seems to be quite interested now, although he was wondering what the reply to the last statement will be. We're just going to keep following this line. I thought I'd get cross at such childish banter. It's amusing, I guess, but I can't imagine anyone actually getting angry as a result. Strange, everybody else in the city seems to take offense whenever I've thrown a little jibe their way. I was beginning to fear I'd not find a single person with a sense of humor in this place. It really has been lovely to find someone else who can indulge in a little harmless jesting without letting their emotions overtake their intelligence. Then why continue if it makes people mad? Because I'm a student and I am studying people. I am learning their weaknesses, the exceptions, the way their minds work. And this for me is a study. Before you go, allow me to give you this as a thank you. This conversation has been educational and inspiring. He pulls 2 copper coins from one of the sleeves of his robe. His head bows politely as he hands it over, and raises again to make eye contact once more. I sincerely hope I meet more people such as yourself here before I travel to another place. Aren't you worried this research may cause trouble? It could be quite dangerous if you tried it on the wrong person. Oh, there's really no concern, you see. I am quite able to defend myself without having to resort to violence. That's some magic you've got there. Magic? Oh no, that was mere trickery. There's no magic involved. Although, to be certain, there is little difference if you do not know the secret of how something is done. Magic, however, requires a degree of honesty I certainly couldn't maintain. Trickery is far easier for someone of my disposition. Farewell, Nax. Thank you, and good luck on your journeys. I definitely thought we were going to have to try and get the, this little flashlight thingy, but okay. Marketplace or Plaza. Try Plaza first. So yeah, greenstone for magic. Alright, Ictor. Oh, another bottle. Empty bottle of Jelliard shit mead. I knew this stuff wells. Or maybe shift mead. Only burns a little at first, but after 7 minutes, 7 minutes after the cork is popped, turns into the foulest, most toxic drink imaginable. If you're unlucky enough to have drunk it all by then, it'll make sure you don't wake up for at least a day. It leaves you feeling like a demon is pissed down your throat, but it's good for forgetting things. Sometimes this liquid filth is the only thing guaranteed to let me sleep at night. It's empty. I have no use for that. Okay. Beetle show reflects light, a colorful blue-green glow. I've seen this one before, but I don't think I've ever seen one within Kamea. I might need something else to catch it with. In the middle of the street is a large stone circle designed for people to have a place where they can cast spells. Here somebody has cast what looks to be a simple cantrip. No doubt some bird lost its life in order to supply the feathers needed for a little love enchantment or something of that nature. This spell is much more complex than the one next to it. The arcane runes appear to be Thalvian in nature, and the presence of blood suggests powerful, dangerous magic. Whoever performed this ritual knew what they were doing. Such performances on the street, in the street often attract an audience of curious onlookers eager to see the results. More than once, this has resulted in them becoming victims to some eldritch fiend summoned up by one of the less noble invokers. Symbol on this banner is from one of the major temples of the city. These gaudy emblems let pedestrians know that the temple is nearby, ready to compensate their generous donations with possible happiness. But ugly face, sort of thing artists of the post-beauty movement love to sculpt. Personally, I miss the time when artists spent all their energy sculpting naked people dancing and singing and fucking. That's the kind of thing I like to see as I walk around the city. Modern art has too many trolls and not enough tits for my liking. This awkward-looking young man seems right at a place next to Ictor. His face looks anxious and lacks the calm, confident smile of Ictor's expression. His clothes are a strange blend of colors, too, as though he was in a rush when he dressed himself and simply wore whatever he picked up first. As I watch him, I see his eyes dart about nervously. He sees me watching him and quickly looks away, as though he is trying to avoid eye contact. Ictor's face is calm and smiling. It always is. I can imagine him prepared to go into battle with the same relaxed smile. He tells me we used to fight in the same mercenary company together and is always nice to me. I don't remember it, but he sure seems to. He's a fair bit older than me, but still strong enough to take on any younger man. I wouldn't want to fight him. The symbol on this banner is from one of the major temples in the city. These gaudy emblems let... Okay. Same thing, it just doesn't mention the post. Alright. The lights are the same description. Anything else I can look at? Oh, shrub. Red foliage of the Citrica shrub stays green all year round. It's lovely to see greenery in the middle of the city. A refreshing change from the flagstones and filth. It's a pity the leaves are filled with a deadly poison. An even bigger pity that nobody explained this to the now dead animal lying beside this particular bush. God take some. Need to make sure I don't chew my fingernails now. That's one toxic plant. I'm not touching that. Corpse of a dead vote lies next to the shrub. Stiff and covered in flies. I guess it's a combination of vole and rat. Stench is thick enough that it leaves not merely a smell, but also a flavor in the air that can be tasted on the tongue. No doubt the aroma will attract some hungry... Why is my eye so itchy tonight? Some hungry scavenger that will feed on the carcass, and thus poison itself as well in the process. Hello, Victor.
Hey there, Moira. How are you, Les?
Hello, Victor. I'm tired and craggy. Nice to see you, though.
The mercenary's life. I don't miss it, you know? Although we did have some good times together.
It's a pity I don't remember much of it. I love when you tell the stories of our old adventures.
They're not much nicer adventures than the stories they were at the time.
I suppose so. We really should catch up again at some point. I haven't seen you at Nickel Bar for ages.
I've been busy. Let me know the next time you head down there, and I'll try to take the time to come and chat with you. If you can stomach the far-fetched stories of washed-up mercs, that is.
Hey, I'm one of those washed-up mercs. Those far-fetched stories are about, remember?
You're far too young to be washed up, lass. You got yourself into a fix that got you jaded before your time. Anyway, thinking of the past, how can I help you today?
Can I go through to the Temple District?
Have you got yourself a temple pass yet?
Okay, so we need a temple pass. No, I've never had a need for temples, Victor.
I know, lass, but rules are rules.
Why are there passports for the Temple District in the first place?
Priests want to keep the unsavory sorts out, so they need visitors to go through a screening first.
The priests are some of the most unsavory sorts around.
Aye, but that doesn't stop one to keep the atheist politicians and scientists out. If you get caught in there without a pass, it'll be bad news for the both of us, lass.
Okay, where can I get a pass from?
I can issue them, but in order to do so, I need applicants to pass a questionnaire and make a donation.
How much is the donation?
But you won't bypass the questionnaire, but I need to show the receipts to the temple at the end of my shift. They see I issued a pass without taking a donation, I'll lose the gig.
How much is the pass?
10 coppers, lass.
Alright, I suppose I'll see what I can do about getting some coin together. Can you tell me one of the old stories? Note space right in case there's a clue. Did I even tell you the time we took on the Revere in something shaft? Well, yourself, me, old talks with Nun, and our captain, Thalia, strolled into the thing's lair without a care in the world. It was hard not to be confident. We never once had a challenge we couldn't best. Taking on a single beast was such a joke that we put off heading over there till Sunday afternoon, 3 hours before we were due to catch our ship home. This is gonna go well. I don't know what the thing did to us, but the moment we laid eyes on it, the four of us were locked in a sort of fever, some form of madness. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up! I went to look around me, and instead of seeing the place as a whole, my mind buzzed and swarmed with each of the little details. In the middle of the cabin was a beam of light where the sun shone down in the darkness, and in his light every element took its own importance. So something magical. Sounds like the experience we had earlier. Although once I found myself trying to see every blade of grass, every pebble, root, insect, every tiny detail. Or you just got really high. Tried to compare each of the hairs on your head. I tried to make out the meanings of the tattoos scrawled all over Talks with None. Tried to count my own thoughts. But I could never actually focus on any of those things. Always jumping from one to another, making strange connection, and then jump back at, oh, we got hit with the autism ray. Good shit. Four of us lay there for 5 hours, caught in this swoon, before you finally broke the spell, killed the creature yourself, and dragged the rest of us back to reality. My jaw and teeth ached like the hells. I must have been clenching them for hours, and my brain was exhausted, but I was glad to be out of there. How'd I break the spell, though? Yeah, well, according to yourself, you set your mind to examining me in that minute detail of the stupor and found that I was engaged in examining the shape of your backside. You always were a little fiery when any of us tried to get cozy with you, lass, and I guess that triggered something in your brain. I don't mind, though. Saved all the hides that day. Here, buy yourself a beer with this. You at least have to save us back then. See if we get any other stories. I spoke of the old times, lass. You'll have to take me to get me drunk if you want to ramble on anymore. I've bored you with enough already with these tales. Alright, why'd you quit being a merc, Victor? You don't seem the type to take a quiet job as a city guard. Nobody lasts in the merc game forever, lass. I like that they don't have a uniform, really. You can just walk around topless. You see one too many friends die, I realize it could be you next. Suddenly, life watching a patch of road doesn't seem so bad after all. When did you decide to give it up? After only half our company came back from the job at Whitebridge, I pulled out of the company and got myself a simple guarding job. I always toyed with the idea of going back to being a merc on the quiet days, but then you come back from whatever it was you got yourself into back then. Or you came back, okay. That's in her specifically. Would tell anybody what had happened. Just set yourself to drinking, whatever would take the memories away. Guess it worked out real well, lass, except you spent all the coin you made from the job trying to forget it, and then some. That could have been me, you know? After that, I realized it was the best place for me now. Do you know what happened? What drove me to drinking? I can't remember a thing about it, and my journal's vague at best. No idea, lass. You wouldn't talk to any of us about it. You look like hell, though, I'll tell you that. Like you bore the fate of the entire world on your shoulders. I don't blame you for wiping your memory of whatever it was you did. I'll have you know. Nobody could come back from a job looking anything like that. And nobody should. Okay. Maybe I just cracked and the idea of killing somebody got too much for me? No, lass, I've seen you under pressure. You were as tough as any of us, and would have taken something huge to shake you up. Whatever you did, whatever it was you saw out there, it was bad. Anything you need help with, Victor? Well, if you got a little time, you could run a little errand for me, lass. I'm always happy to help you out, Victor. Would you mind going over to Bance's stall in the market and picking up a talisman for me? I can get it myself, but I'm on shift. I might not make it over there in time tonight. Sure, Victor, I can do that for you. Great. Make sure you tell her it's for me. Will do. Be back in a moment. So, talisman for Victor. Aye, lass, and yourself? Oh, sorry. Hello there.
Good morning. Pleasure to see your friendly face in the middle of the city. It's like finding a treasure in the midst of a dark cave.
What brings you out to the square today?
I am Awa, a bard nobody knows yet, but I hope to soon make a name for myself.
Oh, really? What are you working on at the moment?
I'm penning a work which I believe all people will be able to relate to, from the common serf to a mighty king.
And what is this poem called?
I have named this ballad Piss.
Okay. Why? What is piss supposed to stand for?
Stand for?
Yeah, surely it's an acronym of something.
No, it isn't. It means the smell of yellow water that leaks out of me sometimes, I guess.
Oh, that's less creative than I thought it would be. Surely you could name it Pungent, Arrogant, Sometimes Sprays or something?
It's much easier to remember piss. I think I'll keep it as that.
I'm drifting into the obnoxious guy. What's your poem?
Anyway, how can I help you?
There we go. No, really. Why would you call a poem piss?
You know the feeling late at night when you're desperate to urinate?
Yes.
When your bed is comfortable and warm and the rest of the world is cold and you want to stay in bed?
Yes. I mean, he's not wrong about it being relatable. I know that feeling well.
That's how writing poetry is for me sometimes. I'm so full of ideas, absolutely bursting with them, and I really want to share them with the world. But they're comfortable inside my head, and to pen them into verse is like getting out of the warm blankets. I know I'm not going to be able to rest until I've gotten them out of the warm, comfortable place, but I still put it off. That really frustrates me sometimes. I know it's my own laziness holding me back, but I still lay there, desperate to piss, unwilling to get up. But, oh yeah, okay. So in a sense, I guess my poem is about writing poetry, even though it's about taking a leak.
Okay. Can you recite part of the poem for me?
Not ready yet, sorry.
Surely you can still show me a small part.
Oh no, certainly not. A poem is like a meal. You don't serve it up until all the parts are cooked.
So he's got to cook his piss first.
If I served you pasta without the sauce, it'd be bland and uninspiring.
Depends on the pasta.
Similarly, if I presented you with sauce without any pasta to rest upon, you would find it unsatisfying without body.
I would drink a glass of pasta sauce.
As with a feast for the mouth, a feast for the ears must be whole before it is tasted.
Would you like some help with the poem?
You want to help write it? I don't know. If I want somebody else working on my poem. Poem is like a letter to an old friend. Because nobody else has that exact same relationship with that person. It's impossible for anybody but myself to write the poem. Anybody else trying to write it will end up doing it all wrong.
No, I mean, do you need some inspiration?
Let me think. I guess you could bring me something relevant to the essence of the poem, perhaps?
Some piss?
I've never had a muse or anything. I usually just write whatever comes in my head.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. You sure speak in similes a lot.
A poet who speaks plainly is like a guard who allows himself to relax while on duty. The strike of inspiration can be as unexpected as the assault of the enemy. Being unprepared for either is a sure way to fail.
Maybe don't get into a hobby that you're gonna get attacked by. I mean, you're always practicing poetry, so you're always ready to write poetry?
Yes, although it sounds so common and buried in logic when you state it like that.
Any ideas for a good assassin's motif?
If I were an assassin, I'd surely write a message on a card in the victim's blood and leave it behind.
Really? What would you write?
Probably Kaloe er fui, which means my task is completed in oral dialect.
Very poetic.
But of course.
Farewell, Awa.
Farewell, my lady. May your travels be filled with wonder.
I'll see if our boy will take up that as the
Hello there. Oh, hello.
You could leave a message in blood on a card. I asked the poet what he'd do, and that's what his answer was.
Nice dramatic idea, but what would I write on it?
He says he would use Kaloe er fui. Apparently that's what my task is completed in the oral dialect.
Interesting, thanks. I appreciate the advice. Here, thanks for the help. I'll think about what you said. Let me know if you have any other ideas.
Okay. So maybe we get a few ideas to share with him, and he'll synthesize from that. Okay. Responses, for want of a better word, a head on a stick with two hands. The empowerment of priests. They'll do a lot of strange happenings, but there are few as strange as this. Somehow, she seems to have treated this as a minor inconvenience instead of a major inhibition, and still manages to run a market stall quite successfully. Single vegetables fall on the ground. Before long hungry animals will have cleaned this up. The marketplace is home to many different scavengers.
while looking to feed on some scraps. The nickel bar. The drinks are cheap, the ones I buy anyway, and the people are all pretty good company. I tried drinking at quieter joints, and they always seem so melancholy. The rowdiness of the nickel always cheers me up, and so it is my main watering hole around here. It's a fairly sturdy stall compared to most. A lot of them are merely a canvas top and a rickety desk set up perfect for traveling merchants who move from town to town each day. Stall this well built is harder to pack up, and these merchants may stay at the same market for months or even years. The man is heavily disguised with a stern expression on his face. It's a wonder he isn't sweltering in his robes, but it's not uncommon to see people for whom privacy is more important than comfort. Strange energy seems to be coming from inside the tree. I can see little particles within it, just like the ones Emba showed me. Don't want to touch that. Okay. When the tree peers through her telescope around the city, looking all over the place and murmuring quietly to herself. Her short hair and simple outfit betray her as one of the poorer classes. No lady of refinement would ever be seen in public like this, but it wasn't an uncommon style for the working class to adopt. Alright, who did we say we were giving the bottle cap to? These ever become currency? I'll have enough laying around my place to become rich. Okay. The smell of cooking food and exotic things smoked fill the air and give the markets a distinctive odor. There's few people about now, but the stalls will be busy by midday. You can almost buy anything here, providing you're willing to search through the various stalls for the one you want. On days where there are many traders who have set up a stall, the marketplace becomes a real labyrinth. The city graveyard looms over the marketplace on a mound that has been built up over the years over the graves of the past. I can find a lot of names of these tombstones in my journal. So some names that I was hard to deal with, others that were listed as fellow members of old mercenary companies. There's a lot of my past hanging around this graveyard. I just can't remember any of it. Morning, Bounce.
Hello there, Moira. How can I help you today, love?
What do you sell here?
I'm a trader in the arcane. I buy and sell just about anything enchanted. You ought to know this by now. I bought a whole slew of magical trinkets you brought back in the past. Of course, you probably don't remember much of that, but you've only got yourself to blame for that.
You buy magical trinkets?
Mostly, yeah. I usually resell them pretty easily. There's no shortage of mercs and adventurers like yourself who bring things back from their exploits to trade.
How do I know if something is enchanted?
It'd be hard to know sometimes. If you're ever in doubt, ask a sorcerer, but most enchanted things feel enchanted. When you hold something in your skin prickles, it's most likely got some magic. It's most likely got some magic hidden away inside.
Why specialize in enchanted things?
You try living as a head with two hands without the aid of magic, love. Live as a head on a pole, and it is a damn lot easier when the pole's enchanted, let me tell you.
That makes sense.
More sense than rolling around everywhere moaning about the good old days when you had feet and getting filth from the street all over your face.
Okay, what happened to your body? Seems a little rude to ask, but surely you weren't born just a head and two hands.
You happened to it, my love. You took out a merc contract to kill me long before we'd met. I was in much shadier business those days, and somebody decided it was time to settle debts. The contract specified that my head and hands were to be severed from my body and delivered as proof. Of course, I'd bought a protection policy from one of the temples, ensuring I'd be resurrected in the case of my death. Pity the rest of my body burned in the fire that you left it in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it, love. You weren't to know. And you should have seen that fellow's face when you delivered me and I came back to life and bit him. Oh, it still gets me chuckling now.
What happened then?
I hired you right there to take him out, which you did in a very professional manner. Got myself mounted on this pole and started this business. Figured it was time to get out of the shady stuff before it killed me again and moved on to something simpler. If stopping even for death?
Or the loss of most of your body?
I'm too busy to worry about any of that stuff now, love. I got these hands full. I got my hands full these days, not just because I don't have pockets anymore.
Okay. Do you have anything for sale?
Not today, love. A crew of adventurers just passed through this morning and bought all my stock. That means I'm buying, though, so if you have anything magical you want to sell, let me know.
I'm here to pick up a talisman for you, Victor.
Oh, right. It came in this morning. You love and tell him I'm sorry it took so long, will you?
I will. Anything else you need delivered?
Finish your current delivery first, then maybe.
Okay. Very well, Bonds.
See you later, love.
So we have one plain talisman. That's the poison thing. Talisman of protection, not uncommon, but still quite powerful, not cheap to buy. Hey, buddy. Hello there. Go away. I just want to talk to you if you need any help. And I'm asking you to leave me alone. Go away. Try the second option. Have you got a problem? Yes, I do. If someone keeps talking to me, even though I asked them to go away. Can't think of anything more irritating than that, can you? No need to be surly, princess. I got the message. Hey there.
Hi.
What are you doing up there?
Coming up on that. I like to look around the city, see what's going on. Usually I do it from the top of a building, but I thought I'd try up here today. Not as good a vantage point as I'd hoped, but I can still see a bit.
Why look around the city, though?
You'd be surprised at who will pay for good information, Shorty. I can make a decent bit of coin reporting things to various people. Some people like to know what's going on, I guess.
What can you see?
In a crack around the edge of the ritual circle square, something shiny.
Oh. Anything else?
Small child just stole a potion from a merchant. Man just picked up a pebble and tasted it, then put it back down. Looks like White Wings have built a nest on top of the city hall. Looks like somebody blowing glass. Looks like they're making a vase.
Okay, we're getting repeats. Need anything?
Yeah, somebody just left a bag of some over by a grave in the graveyard. Looks like a drop-off for something suspicious. You want to go check it out?
Oh, I guess I could take a look.
If it's anything of interest, I'll make it worth your while.
Okay, see you later.
Har har.
Alright, let's go drop off the talisman, then it'll probably be time for a break. And they said something shiny around the ritual circle, so just keep an eye out for a glimmer. Aha! Hey, there's a copper coin stuck in the crack. Should be able to pull it out. They're all mine now. Alright, talisman for you. Here you go, Victor. Bance told me to tell you she's sorry it took so long to get here. Thanks, Lois, you're an angel. Here, let me pay for your time. Can I ask you why you need a talisman of protection, Victor? Pretty sure you're capable of protecting yourself. It's not for me, Lois. It's for my little Karen. Your daughter needs one? She wants to be a mercenary, Moira, and she's 15 now. I don't want her to going out and getting hurt. She wants to be just like her father. That's so cute. No, that she wants to be just like you. What? Why would she want to be anything like me? She's heard me tell stories about you since she was a baby. Karen idolizes you, lass. Not sure why she'd look up to me, though. Because I do, Moira. Aw. Oh, that's... Thank you, Victor. Make sure she stays safe. Doing everything I can, lass. Now I know how my mother felt when I left on my first tour. Okay, just seeing if you needed anything else. Okay. Progress. We're 4 coppers away from a pass. I'm going to see if there's any other delivery options. I feel like maybe we can put something sticky on either the beetle or the corpse to catch it. But we don't have anything sticky yet.
Morning, boss. Hello there, Moira. How can I help you today, love?
Anything else you need delivered?
If you got a minute, you could run this ring down to Nax. He's just down the street. Red robe, pale skin. You can't miss him.
Alright, I'll go drop it off. Thanks, love. Alright. Ring for you. Not exactly sure what sort of ring this is, but if Bounce is selling it, chances are it's enchanted. Probably careful not to lose it. Might be worth a fair bit. Excuse me, Bounce had me asked me to deliver this to you. He looks at me, reaches out, and takes the ring. You're allowed to say thanks, you know. He looks at me with a bored, unimpressed expression, flicks me a copper coin before turning his attention back to whatever it was he was staring at. Okay. Getting paid. No other deliveries. Okay. None of those stalls interest me. Can we go to the bar? Too early. Nickel bar isn't open yet. Shame, really. This man has no head on top, merely a hat sitting atop the neck. He has, however, a head in each hand, neither of which look pleased. The body is entirely covered in clothing. It is impossible to see any skin of the body underneath. This unhealthy-looking man wears a cheap, tattered robe that has been torn and patched many times and is covering his face with a mask. His matted hair and discolored skin make him look like he just crawled out of one of the graves. We've got a meteor, Gangle. Not sure which member of the circus it was. This man looks like the very archetype of a traveler. All his clothing and personal effects appear to be designed for traveling in all conditions. He's examining the building very carefully in minute detail, murmuring to himself as he does. Currently, he seems fascinated by the light and is trying to figure out how it works. Okay, it's a mortuary. To the Circle of the Unyielding, a common symbol for many religious factions. The engraving on this stone has long been worn away. It must have been here for a very long time. Can't look at the top of it. Alright. It is ad time, so we'll save one more time to make sure we have all that in case something implodes in between. And we'll be right back. Gotta continue that piss. Alright, so let's talk to everybody here. We've already taken a look around. Oh, let me mark. There we go. Okay, so. Excuse me, may I ask what you're doing out here?
I'll tell you.
No, I'll tell her. We're trying to settle this once for all. Settle this? Yes, this petty argument over who has a body and who does not.
You seem to be sharing one at the moment.
Yes, but it only belongs to one of us. Therefore, we came to this graveyard in an effort to find out which one of us is buried here. Once we find a grave with one of our names on it, we will know who the living body belongs to once and for all.
Can't you just share the body?
Does it look
nice to you? People think I'm a freak.
People think I'm a freak for hanging out with you.
No, the only way this can be resolved is to find out whose body this really is.
How'd you end up like this?
We were soldiers serving the same company when we were ambushed while on patrol.
So it's probably my fault too.
The entire lot of us were slaughtered, and when the priest brought us back to life, there was much confusion. Somehow another body never showed up, and so we were left like this.
Well, this is the body of mine, miss, and if a copper coin you can have if you agree with me and convince this fellow of the obvious truth.
Why don't you look at the color of the skin? It's all covered up under clothing. There's no wonder you can't tell who it belongs to. The answer is simple enough. Find out whether the skin is green or blue, and you'll know who the body belongs to. We didn't interact with the magic sigil before. Find out most and rewarded the initiative with the copper coin when you check this and find it to be blue.
You don't know that.
Come now, it's a simple truth as we will soon find out. Pearl to save the country will reveal a dark brown arm. I checked further up the arm and still no sign of blue or green skin. Apparently this body belongs to neither of the heads it's carrying around. Skin's brown. What? What that means? It seems the body belongs to neither of you.
Oh dear, this is an even bigger mix-up than I thought. So we have to go back to the temple and speak with the priest again. Thank you for your help. It's sorry to have bothered you. If you don't mind, we'll take our leave of you now.
This is even worse than we thought. Alright, good luck with that. Let's leave them now. The bag Rhea told me about. I guess you can get an easy copper if you lie, but... Hello.
What can I help you with?
I need to check in the mortuary.
Mortuary tours are 5 coppers. Children under 3 get in for free.
I don't want a tour, I just need to check if a body's inside.
Nevertheless, the fee is 5 coppers unless you're a child below age 3.
I am less than 3 years old.
You don't look to be under 3 years old.
My growth spurt happened early.
But I've seen you drinking in the nickel bar many times.
I have an understanding with the owner.
Wait a minute, you're that mercenary. I know you. There's no way you're that young.
Well, it was worth a shot. Where do you recognize me from?
Are you kidding? You know how many of the people I've passed through here have done so because of you?
I really don't remember much of it. I love his patchwork cloak, too.
Let's just say you've been very good for business in the past.
So because of this, you'll make an exception and allow me in the mortuary for free?
Sorry, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because I like money and this is my job, and if I don't charge you to enter the mortuary, then I won't be doing my job and then I won't make money.
What's with the mask?
You see my hands?
Yeah, it looks like they've seen better days. You some skin disease or something?
No, I died and it was a fair while before I was brought back to life. The old body didn't hold up so well in the time I was gone.
And the mask?
You really want to see my face? Do you have any idea how quickly eyeballs decompose?
Fair point. Nice mask.
Indeed, it is.
So, you're a zombie?
I'm a tour guide.
But a zombie tour guide?
I don't crave brains or lurch.
Do your limbs sometimes fall off and need to be reattached?
By the gods, don't even get me started on that. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that can be?
I can imagine.
Let's just say that until I can afford a new body, it's a constant hazard of life.
Afford a new body?
Yeah, if I get lucky enough to save up enough and we get a fresh enough corpsey, I can buy the body off the family of the deceased and get the priest to put me inside it.
Is that expensive?
Let's just say mortuary tours used to be 1 copper.
I want to go in the mortuary.
5 coppers, please.
Here you go.
Splendid, thank you. Enjoy your tour of the fetid horror that the human body can become after life.
Well, when you put it like that.
Hard not to when you wake up with this body every morning.
Nothing more for now. Farewell.
And to you.
No.
Hello there, may I see your ticket?
Certainly, here you go.
Thank you, I will keep this. You will not need it further. I remember that you have paid.
Surely Zog could simply have stuck his head through the door and told you that I paid?
Oh no, Zylax did everything very officially. Very conscientious about that sort of thing, Alzyle.
Well, fair enough.
Thanks for visiting the Kamea mortuary.
Chart of the human body with various notes handwritten on it. First circle of energy, we have the brain. Second, the heart. Third, we have reproductive organs. All right. Circles of energy. Brain. 1. Heart. 2. Bits. 3. These work as a symbiotic entity. Without the brain, the heart and genitals do not know how to work. Without the heart, the brain and genitals do not get the blood they require. Without the genitals, the heart and brain would never have been creative. It also is a diagram of the human body with various notes. Various tools and fluids for the preservation of corpses. Embalming fluid and bandages, more of the same, probably kept in the drawers. None of this stuff really interests me. It's all for preserving corpses. Embalming fluid and a nasty-looking hook to implement. Not sure what it's used to pull out, but I bet it makes a mess. All right. I wonder how many corpses this stone slab has held. Judging from the various scenes on it, this is not the first. Sure, Hall, that bastard deserves worse than this. Alright, you slimy bastard, time to pay what's due. Wait, there are no coins on his eyes. Was he lying? I knew you would try it, Moira. Jarl, where are the coins? You would think I would leave myself vulnerable to such an obvious problem. I took them with me, not just the spiritual concept of them as most do, but the actual physical coins themselves as well. It's not easy to find out how, but I had someone distract the people looking for me long enough that I could learn the secret. I really couldn't have done all this without you, Moira, and I am truly sorry I can't pay you for your work. All this time you were using me? You were useful and I needed the help. Depths of your dishonesty have no limits, do they? That's all in the past now. You should move on, Moira. We will not be moving on. Sorry, but I've never been very good at moving on.
It's strange that someone would plan the arrangements of his own death so carefully, when a simple resurrection charm can be purchased from the temple of Ixaday for a few coppers. They're good for a day before they expire, and so very affordable that one expecting death can quite easily purchase a new one every day, as insurance against his own demise.
Oh, I've got a feeling we might have to die and chase him down for the money. Resurrection charm?
Certainly, a simple token that travels with one to the afterlife, with enough power to bring the soul instantly back to the body if used within a day of being purchased. As long as your spirit doesn't make it across the Styx, one can return to this plane of existence simply enough.
If Jarl died in the night, what are the right chances of catching him before he crossed the Styx?
It is said that the ferryman comes at sundown. If he were to die before nightfall, you would surely encounter him on the banks of the river.
Okay, we have a plan. So, if I understand you correctly, I could purchase one of these charms, kill myself, find him on the shores of the Styx, take the damn gold coins off him, use a resurrection charm, and be zapped back to life? And this would work?
Well, it's highly unconventional.
Think about it, it's foolproof.
I must say that if you did such a thing, I would advise against killing yourself with injury.
Yeah, that's gonna stick.
Even if you come back to life, a stab, a wound, or other serious damage to the body could have serious permanent effects.
We have the poison thing.
I'd suggest taking a poison in liquid form so they can be easily passed from the body once
Once you return, that's what we do with the full bottle. Right, yes, good point. So I get a charm, find some poison, drink the poison, die, take my gold coins, use the charm, wake up, piss the poison back out, and I'm good as new. There's the piss.
But as long as you do all this before nightfall, I cannot see how it wouldn't work.
Dale, you're a genius. Remind me to buy you a drink if I see you in the nickel bar sometime. I'm getting paid one way or another. Who are you?
Have you ever seen such a desperate plan, my dearest Dell?
Ghost wife?
Well, my lady, her logic is sound. Oh, indeed. It is in fact perfect logic. But only someone who's truly desperate would obey their logic and ignore their heart so willingly. It is as you say. You know who she is, Dell?
I do not, my lady.
No, and neither does she. I know who she is, though, Dell. I have been looking for her. I would say you know who everyone is, my lady. Oh, indeed, but this one is special and has been proven so hard to find. Do you have a plan, then? I do. I may have to interfere, dearest Dell. I thought you promised you'd stay out of the affairs of the mortal races at the Great Withdrawal. We promised not to meddle with your minds and souls. We never promised to stay our hands from tampering with the body. I see. I am sure your judgment is perfect as always, my lady. Your faith is always inspiring, dearest Dell. Some of us still remember. Yes, you do. So few, though. I must leave now. Take care, won't you? Us, my lady. Oh, and Dell, would you do something for me? How may I serve you?
Call me. I thought it would be her temple.
I remind you of this every time we speak. Yes, my lady.
Don't know this guy. I'm pretty sick that it wasn't this ugly when he was alive. There are huge cracks down the stone slab which have clotted, black fluid oozing out of them. It smells awful. You'd rather touch your face that ugly even if it wasn't half decayed. I'm not getting anything out of the bucket. Whatever's in there is what's inside a human. Lovely to think that I have the exact same squishy things inside my body. We never actually talked to Dell, so I guess getting in here we had to do one way or another.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello and welcome to the Kamea Mortuary.
Are you a mortician?
Oh, yes, I most certainly am. That would explain me being in the mortuary, of course. I am, in fact, I am Dell, the city's speculative mortician. It's my greatest pleasure to make your acquaintance. Most people don't bother coming in here to visit until they're a corpse, at which point they're rarely friendly. Except dear Zyle, of course, but he is a rare blessing to us.
Are there other morticians?
Oh, yes, but they work in the more conventional manners. I am more interested in how someone thinks than how they decay. I've studied how thoughts are formed for years and now apply this logic to potential reanimated corpses.
Speculative mortician?
Oh, absolutely. While most morticians care about their corpse in the present, that is, preparing it for burial, I deal with each corpse's potential future.
Okay. A corpse's future?
Absolutely. You never know when the dead will decide they've had enough being dead and rise up again. To prepare them for the confusing transition between death and unlife, I like to make sure each corpse has a few things in readiness.
See how long we've gone here.
I like to tattoo a few little hints onto their skin. Nothing too long, just a rough breakdown of what's happened in good places to start one's life anew. And start one's new life. Small matchbook is so one can see to break free of the coffin, and a small trowel to aid in this task.
Well, that's nice of you.
Also, a small book of prayers to Our Lady Excelle to give hope, and a roll of strongments to conquer the embarrassment of asking for assistance with death breath.
Book of prayers?
Oh yes, if one can save enough money, then the soul can be moved into the corpse of a fresh cadaver, should the priest of Excelle deem the circumstances appropriate. Our dear Zyle is saving up for such an opportunity himself. Bless him.
How many corpses rise from the dead?
Small but considerable percentage. Too few to be a major issue, but too many for it to be completely overlooked.
Zombies can buy a new body?
Now, zombies is really such an ugly term. It conjures up images of lurching, groaning corpses, when really people who return to their bodies have all the cognitive presence as you or I. But yes, they should be displeased with the decayed body they inhabit. The priest of Ixtla can grant them transfer to a newer, fresher cadaver.
What a strange transition that must be.
Oh, indeed, but better than walking around being judged for one's decayed flesh, I suppose.
Undoubtedly. But what if the person who's... Yeah, doesn't this all cause mix-ups? Yeah, what if the person whose cadaver they take wants it back?
How do you mean?
Well, if somebody who dies can come back to life, and someone else has been moved into their body, what happens then? All right, my exact question.
Oh, no, this could never, ever possibly happen. Except in the unfortunate case of Mrs. Floria Featherworth, but that was an honest mistake. You see, if one can afford those 2 gold coins for the ferry into the Styx, then there's served as a sure, safe transit into the afterlife.
It's the ones that don't get afterlife.
Okay. These individuals will never return to their bodies, and the priests are careful to make that distinction.
Oh, of course. I should have thought of that. How are thoughts formed?
In 3 separate places. The brain, which tells the most logical thing to do in a situation. You can feel the brain hurting when it's overworked, something we all know.
I think this corresponds to the 3 things on the other thing.
Then there's the heart, which tells us the right thing to do in any situation. When something's wrong, our heart flutters, beats faster, and even aches. And lastly, there are the reproductive organs, which tell us the most enjoyable thing to do in any situation. One hardly needs to be informed of these way these react when the prospect of something fun appears. All of these work in symbiotic manner, debating constantly in order to inform our decisions. The brain thinks of the future and what will bring us the most benefit. Heart thinks of the past and the good and bad memories that make us who we are, and the genitals think of the present and what would feel best right now. Through a combination of the impulses we are given from these 3 elements, we form the basis of every decision we ever make.
Who taught you all this?
Oh no, these are just my own theories. I find most other notions of what makes this far too implausible to believe even for a second. I've seen many tens of thousands of corpses, and not once have I encountered a single homunculus, I'll have you know. I merely interpret what I feel as a living being and find within the bodies of the dead. Theories that rely on belief beyond this do not interest me.
Yeah, piss is quite the name for a game, but you do start off taking a huge piss. Alright, we already found the corpse of Jahal, but we'll talk about it anyway.
Yes, these corpses are rarely known to me. When did this Jahal die?
Very recently, I should think. I was visited by a spirit this morning.
Then he must be the fellow who came in last night. That'll be him over there on the closest slab.
Thank you. Farewell for now.
See you again, whether alive or dead.
No coins on him, bastard. Alright, can we check for tats or anything? Nope. Okay. So now I think we're pretty thoroughly done in the mortuary. We haven't talked to the explorer yet. Hello there.
Good morning. How wondrous it is to meet a friendly face in this place.
What are you doing here?
I'm a traveler, here to learn the wonders of this lovely city. Kamei is such a beautiful city, really.
There's so many amazingly curious things here. I really adore the wonders that can be found. But really, I'm a messenger from afar, bringer of important information, a deliverer of wisdom. But not only a teller, but one who speaks while others listen. I'm here to listen, and I have something I would hear from you, if you could tell. I ask not only that you listen to me, but that you tell me something that so I might listen to you. Indeed, I am here as both he who listens and he who is listened to. What are you doing here? Oh, it's the same spiel, okay. Where are you from?
I'm from a place so far away that even I do not know where it is. What it is now, nor what it was when I was there. I remember sand, pure white sand, with stones smooth and round and hot nestled within it like eggs in a nest.
Okay. I remember trees, tall dark trees, surrounded with leaves around their feet like a blanket of old memories. I remember the sea, blue-green water rolling and swelling, so salty it stings the eyes and to tears, and yet so glassy and clear that they're tears of joy at seeing such wonders. I remember caves, deep dark caves, lit only by lamp and candle and torch, where no sun has ever seen, and yet many suns have been. I remember mountains, the crunch of snow under my feet, leaving footprints, though I had no right to spoil her beauty with my ugly feet. Don't be so hard on your feet, man. Somebody probably has a wiki feet entry for you. And I remember the city, the pathways and streets, the buildings, and this graveyard and this mortuary. I'm from here as much as I am from anywhere else, for I am not from any place more than another. I have no home, and therefore this is my home, and next week my home may be a jungle or a swamp or a tiny pond in the middle of a field.
Okay. What message do you bring?
Only this, that the past is important. That things happen in cycles and patterns, that if you forget who you've been, then you might forget who you think you are supposed to be.
So we gotta remember, I guess.
Listen to the people around you, learn about the people who came before you, and why these walls and streets were built. We're all exactly the same, in that none of us are quite like any of the others, and learning about all those differences helps us learn who we are. I do not, I beg you, close yourself off from those around you, and even those here, who lay long dead, have much to teach us about ourselves.
What would you like to be told?
This building interests me. I know so little about it, and it interests me very much.
Why this particular building?
Well, you see, the wondrous thing about this structure is that everyone must come here. While there are places that a person may never visit, no matter how pleasant or popular, sooner or later one passes through here. It is thus the most popular building in the city, and yet one so neglected by all as to be almost non-existent in the consciousness of the public. It truly is a shame, and I would seek to learn as much of its secrets as I may be allowed. Please, if you know anything or learn anything of this place, share the knowledge with me.
Okay. Farewell.
May trials be wondrous.
I wonder if I can use this on the lamp here. Let's feed these little fellows.
Oh, amazing, fantastic, brilliant. You know, it's really the most wondrous thing I've ever seen. You really are a wonder, you know? I really appreciate the help. I really had no idea what I was doing. Look, here, please, take this. You really have helped me out. I'd have been lost without your assistance.
Okay. I guess he paid me? Alright, yeah, we're up to 4. Cool. Alright, we'll try taking the bag. Inside the bag is a large quantity of purple leaves and a folded up note. It says, here's the brawl leaf you wanted. The price has changed, so there's a little back. Here's a little back. See you next week. Oh, copper coin folded up inside it. Large purple leaves folded into small triangles with a slightly spicy odor. We'll leave the bag alone for now. Hey there.
Hi.
I went and looked into that bag.
Great, what did you find?
You know, inside it talked about something we called brawl leaf and a bunch of folded up leaves.
What were the leaves like?
They were large and purple, folded up neatly, and they smelled quite spicy.
Never heard of these before? Thanks, you've been very helpful. Here, take these for your efforts.
Up to 7. Okay. Someone already claimed this tree. Okay. I have to touch the glowing energy specifically. Okay.
Feels strange sensation. Warm, tingling, almost buzzing. Feels like some sort of magic. If it's something else made of wood, I could probably transfer the energy to it like Emma showed me. The leaf, maybe? Or no, that's the poison. I don't want to use that yet. You know anything about the mortuary?
I know a whole lot about the building itself, but I know some of the things that have gone on in there in the past. At one point, there was a corpse that would be delivered every evening, and then gone by morning, the door unlocked from the inside. That happened for a while, until the mortician realized that it was somebody pretending to be dead in order to loot the corpses within.
Oh, really?
Next night, they locked him in a coffin, only letting him out when they returned in the morning. He never tried it again.
It's also where General Orhan hid out when he was accused of treason. Oh, really?
They killed him in the building, saying that he was going to end up back in there after a trial no matter what, so that they may as well deal with him while he was already inside.
It's also where Thorovia the Translucent was apprenticed before she became the High Priestess of Kiriaville. Okay. Anything else you can see? Wait, what's that about a new tree? People being intimate on a rooftop. Someone leaning out a window. Outside the Harbor Master's office, but we haven't seen the Harbor Master's office, so... I had glass at one point, but that got broken long ago. Doesn't bother me. Nothing worth stealing anyway. Oh wait, we have firewood in the house. Maybe I could take that and enchant it. Or not. We didn't see the flyer. It's a flyer for one of the temples in the city. Several decades ago, gods grew tired of hearing the countless prayers and pleas of their believers and decided to bestow priests with actual powers. This meant that the people would harass the priests and not the gods, and the gods would get on with the cavorting, fighting, feasting, and orgies they were so fond of. What followed was the rapid descent of a religion from guidance and prayer into a commercial venue that provided services beyond those of the mortal realm. Priests, once poor and humble, are now richer than kings. Today's special. All charms and only 5 coppers. Visit the House of Ixelles. Okay. Damaged faces of the living. Alright, presumably... Do you know anything about the mortuary? I was asked about it by somebody and don't really know much about it. All I know is it was ordered built by one of the patricians, Lady Althelia, about 90 years ago. It's one of the numbers of structures she ordered built for return from traveling. I can't remember what voice I had for him. From traveling around the continent. Interesting. Thanks, Victor. Oh, maybe we can get more information about the mortuary from everybody. You must know some of the history of the mortuary. Of course, my lady, it was
Built by the master architect Shera Alfia, one of her first notable structures. Which designed the town hall, the ghost bridge, and the palace to Avior before she retired. It really is a testament to her early career. The figure on top was a sign of the style that would become a trademark in her structures. Okay, so if we see that griffin-looking thing, it's one of hers. The bioluminescent lighting in the eyes was the first time that sort of lighting had ever been used here. She brought the discovery back from her travels. set the foundation for the lighting that is the standard all throughout Kamea today.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing your knowledge.
It's a pleasure to have been of service, my lady.
Travels be filled with wonder. Okay, so we'll ask everybody at the mortuary. Thank you for subscribing to Mortuary Facts. Nope, nothing from you. Nice to see you again.
I hope you don't mind, but I have a lot to think on at the moment. Perhaps we can speak some other time.
Alright, so forgive the interruptions. Okay. I'm trying to remember how many coins, oh, the bag's gone. Found out some info on the mortuary.
Oh, Andres, please tell me what you found.
I learned some of the interesting tales about this mortuary. There was a fellow who used to pretend to be a corpse so he could be locked in every night, loot the bodies, and then unlock this door and escape. Eventually, they caught onto him and locked him in the coffin for the night. General Oron's hiding place, where he was executed as well as the place where Thorovia the Translucent was apprenticed. Other than this mortuary was built under the orders of the patrician lady Althelia around 90 years ago after she returned to Kamea. It was built by Cheryl Althea early in her career and was the first place where the bioluminescent lighting that is common in the city was used in the city. She's the same architect that built the town hall, the gas bridge, and the Palace de Avior.
Ah, fantastic, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge on this lovely building. I'm going to give this as a token of my appreciation for your kindness. You really are kind to help a curious stranger such as myself. I appreciate this very much.
Oh, just the pass is important again? Okay, yeah, we're good. We're up to 10, so I can get a pass to go to... So one way or another, you get the money to get the pass. I guess another way to do it is maybe get a piece of wood and enchant it and sell it. Although we're going to need coppers for the resurrection charm too, so there's probably more stuff to find in the temple. I got enough coppers for a pass. No way to get you one now, then? Sure, here's the coins. Wait, more of a New York. There you go, lass. Try to keep out of trouble while you're in there. Yeah, I was leaving New Yorker with him. Trouble, me? We were in the same mercenary company for 3 years. I know you, Moira. You always find trouble. Take care, Hector. Aye, lass, and yourself. Okay.
Ah, there you are.
Excuse me?
I was asked to give this to you by a group of people that were here earlier.
She hands me 3 copper coins. Okay, thank you, but what is this for?
Apparently there was a bit of a mix-up with some soldiers, and we'd gotten confused which head belonged to which body.
Oh, I helped them out, so I got more coppers from helping them by being honest. Okay.
They say you helped point them in the right direction by checking the skin color for them. And we got all 3 soldiers back to their proper bodies.
Awesome.
Each of them asked me to give you a copper coin, and so I've been waiting for someone of your description to go by.
Ah, glad to hear they got that mess all sorted out. Alright. There's the greenstone, fairly common sort of rock. Feel like it might be the kids. The mage, Emba wanted one, so definitely want to save those coppers.
Her robes give her away as a high priestess of the House of Ixaly straight away. It's a bit odd to see a member of a temple out on the street, not inside, though. This young girl sits huddled in filthy rags off to the side of a building. She's clearly a street urchin of some sort. It's Astis, beautiful, smiling with twinkling eyes shining happily at me. She's my friend, and easily the most beautiful whore in the city. Everyone loves Astis, even me. An idol of Ixaly. Legend has it that she was a goddess of great beauty. This idol doesn't represent this facet of her character very well. Hello there.
Hello, ma'am. Could you spare a single copper for a hungry beggar?
Certainly, here you go.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have no idea how much I appreciate this.
Fine, miss, I don't have much money either. Sometimes people do everything they can to keep it that way, too. Call me Moira.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. I haven't eaten for 2 days.
Well, I'm glad I could help out. Free greenstone. Hello there.
Good morning. How might I help you?
Why do you stand outside the temple? You're wearing the robes of a priest. Shouldn't you be inside?
Not all priests do the ceremonies, madam. Temples take care of all sorts of things. Some things require in-depth rituals and sacraments. Others are simple fixes. I take care of basic needs of the customers in the House of Ixaly.
That makes sense. What sort of things do you do?
Weather predictions, basic blessings, taking confession.
Confession out in the street?
We switch to written confessions these days. People just have so much trouble coming out with what they're guilty about doing wrong. Somehow writing it down makes it easier.
Need help with anything?
Well, I have something I need done, but I doubt you'd be interested.
What do you need?
The merchant Bonds has asked us to stock her with some holy water.
Okay.
We supply her. It's a decent sort of income for the House of Ixaly. However, I'm having some trouble getting quorum to bless some more water for her.
Okay.
He's a little more traditional than the rest of us and is reluctant to create another batch.
You can't get someone else to do it?
Every priest studies different areas of the doctrine. His is the more advanced blessings. Holy water for me will be second rate. It'd do the job, but it wouldn't be the best quality.
Alright, I'll try to convince Quorum. If I can't, I'll come back and tell you.
Good luck.
What's your area of specialty?
I study economics primarily.
Oof. Economics?
Absolutely. Without someone like me to watch the finances and make deals, this temple would run at a loss. The inner priests get so concerned about the temple bigger and more impressive each month. It's like a competition with the other temples of the city to see who can make the most impressive structure.
That seems like a waste of time and money. I wondered why temples were always so much bigger than the other buildings.
They think it's necessary to impress potential customers. I say the best way to impress them is to solve their problems when they bring them to us.
Huh.
Economics always puts things into a more practical perspective, I like to think.
Alright, see you around.
May Ixaly's blessing be upon you.
Can we trouble the priest if I mess with their decorations? Not exactly sure why the temples feel the need to hang these from the entranceways. Presumably to attract people's attention, but with the way priests think, it could be anything.
Hey Moira, nice to see you again.
Why do you beg in the temple district?
Other rich people come through here. They're usually the only ones that can afford to hire the services of the priests. So I figure if they can afford that, they can afford to spare a copper for me.
Makes sense. Is there anything else I could help you with?
I suppose you could take this note to my brother, could you?
I could, but why can't you?
I don't have a pass to be in here, and if I try to get to him, they'll notice me and keep me out of here for good.
Alright, sure. I'll take your message to him.
Thanks so much.
What does your brother look like?
Usually wears a red hood over a dark robe. He should be around the market.
Oh, okay.
I'll look for him there then.
That's the guy, the quiet guy. All right. Morning, Astus.
Moira, so good to see you again, sweetie.
Good to see you too, Astus. How's things?
You know me, not much changes. I was waiting for someone rich and horny to come along and give me all their money in exchange for a little bit of my affection.
You'd be a very rich person who could pay you more coppers than you could repay with affection, Astus.
You know it, sweetie. Of course, I save most of my affection for you, Moira.
I honestly don't know why I asked this. You could have your pick of anyone around here. Canon lesbians, baby. That wasn't entirely true. I had some idea. About half a year ago, one of Astus's clients had beaten her badly and left her bleeding in an alley. I think he's dead now. I came across her, tracked down the person who did it, and killed them. Only time I've ever killed anybody for free in my life. Took her back to my place. Not the first time I'd done that, but for different reasons than the other times. It took her a week to recover from the ordeal. A week that she spent curled up, crying in my arms. After that, she'd always been somewhat devoted to me.
Anyway, sweetie, how can I help you today?
How's business?
Been a pretty quiet day, not that I mind. The weather is beautiful and I love this city. I'd be happy to stand here all day taking in the sights if it wasn't for the clients.
If I wasn't looking for clients. And when a client does come along?
I get to make them feel nice and I get to eat and pay my rent. Everybody wins.
You're always so positive about everything, Astus. I swear you always cheer up when I talk to you.
How could I not be happy when I get to talk to my most favorite person ever, sweetie?
I know you say that to everyone, Astus.
But I only ever mean it when I say it to you, my love.
I can't believe you're still wearing that old pair of boots. Oh yeah, they do match, just different colors.
I never throw these away, Moira, no matter what. I really needed these when you gave them to me, and I appreciated that. Besides, you never come to see me anymore, so I need something to remember you by.
Oh, Astus, don't be like that.
You're just teasing, sweetie. You know I love you no matter what.
Have you had any more trouble?
Not since you took care of that last jerk, sweetie.
Just let me know if you have any more trouble like that.
Moira, my love, I heard what you did to that guy. The whole city heard. People are scared to even look at me the wrong way now.
Well, so they should be. Nobody picks on my friends. So there's nothing I can help you with?
Not at the moment, sweetie. Hang on a minute, sweetie. You look like you need to unwind a little. Why not come with me and let me take your mind off things for a while?
I kind of offer Astus, but I don't think that's a good idea.
What's up, sweetie? You don't fancy me anymore?
No, not at all. It's just...
I care about you, sweetie. I really do. You never let anybody look after you, and I want to remind you that I'm here for you.
You shouldn't let yourself be involved with me, Astus. I'm a mercenary. I get paid to kill. Nobody should feel anything like somebody for somebody like me.
And I get paid to fuck. The whole world looks down on us until they're horny or they have a problem they can't solve, and then they eagerly meet us, look us in the eye, and remember our names. If we were the only bad ones and everyone else was pure and noble, we'd never have any business. We're made of the tools, the hammers for their debauchery, so they have somebody to look down on. We're no worse than anybody else in this place.
I guess this is sex worker positive?
You deserve affection as much as any other in this city, sweetie.
Oh, Astus, why are you so determined to convince me?
Shh, no more thinking. You think far too much. Come with me.
Alright, I'm hovering over the hide. Oh, okay. They covered it with the text box. I'm not in love with Astis. She's beautiful, clever, and probably the kindest person I know. She always manages to make me smile, and every time I see her, I realize how much I miss her. But I'm not in love with her. That's impossible. Okay. It's part of the game. We got through quick. It's fine. Everybody has those. Her fingers trace over my skin, lightly brushing along my lips, and my heart is pounding in my chest. Why am I so nervous? We've done this before, more than once. Never when I was sober, but it's certainly not our first time together. She meets my gaze with her big, hopeful eyes, questions written all over her face. Why is she so hesitant? Why is she nervous? She does this all the time. I find myself frozen, heart thumping so loudly I can feel it throughout my body. I'm terrified to move, and yet I want to kiss her. All I can do is stare into her eyes. And then she moves, her mouth against mine, and it's exactly what I'd hoped for. Soft and sweet, and the feeling of her so clear and wonderful against my lips and tongue. God, how badly I want this. I hadn't even realized up until now. I want her, to make her smile, to kiss her all over, to be mine, but I'm not in love with her. A sour, hopeless has-been like me would never work with someone as sweet and amazing as Astis. She moves down my... How long does this go on? Jesus! She moves down my neck, hot breath tickling my flesh, and I feel my skin prickling. I feel my own breath tremble as I exhale. I'm not used to feeling nice. I'm used to feeling tired, dirty, annoyed, terrified. Why can't I feel like this more often? I let her take control. I don't care anymore about anything else. I only care about her. Her clothes in a pile on the floor next to mine. Her body pressed up against mine and the way it feels against me. The way her skin tastes. The feel of her fingers tracing through my hair and down my jaw. I want to hold her tight in my arms and feel her arms around me. I want time to slow down so I can be here with her that's supposed to be her forever. I want to make her mine. I almost feel sad when I know she can never be mine, how it would never work. And then we fuck. Alright. Desperately at first, needily, pushing against each other. I didn't think this was going to turn into AO3 reading. Pushing against each other, sucking my breath in with a hiss at her, as her teeth scrape against my throat, shivering as her tongue licks the sweat running down my breasts. Panting and writhing and backs arching until we receive the release we crave, all pretense at control completely abandoned. And then we fuck, slowly, carefully. I want to taste all of her, savor her in case I never get to have her to myself again. Slide my fingers between hers and hold her hand, somehow comforted by it. And we finish laying facing each other, staring at each other's eyes again. Am I not in love with her? That doesn't even seem possible. We lay like that, enjoying each other's warmth for a long time. The killer and the whore, the scum of the city, the two who ought to never be allowed to experience real love because their souls are for sale, and something so pure as love should never be tainted by lovers such as we. Eventually, I doze off and sleep. For the first time in forever, there are no dreams. For the first time since I can remember. I don't wake up terrified by visions, wiping away tears. I lay there, stroking her face with my thumb. I'm terrified of something else, terrified that I'm in love with her. I feel so selfish, so foolish. I know it could never work between us. I care too much about her to ever allow anything more than this between us. I dress myself, face hot with shame at how stupid I was. She's got Catholic guilt. Let myself get close to her when I really should push her away. I'm not in love with her. I simply can't. It simply can't happen, no matter what I may feel or want. It's not fair to ask this. Oh, this is also a matter of the three aspects fighting. As I turn a mumble goodbye to her, she looks up at my face. Moira? Yes? I love you. Oh, Astis, why'd you have to say it? They allow God of War, and that's got a much more graphic incident in several of them, so we should be fine. My head swims with confusion, searching for something to say. She looks at me, waiting for my answer. Just go for it. I love you too, Astis. She looks at me, almost surprised at hearing me say it. You mean... Yes, Astis, gods, I've probably loved you ever since I met you. How could I not? What is a sweet, beautiful creature like yourself doing in love with me? I'm probably the worst person you could find. Moreover, you know I adore you. How can you not understand that? I feel worried inside. Have I done the wrong thing? I haven't been dishonest, but was I right to say what I truly felt? I have to go now, Astis. I understand. Promise me you'll come back to me? I promise. Okay. As I step out on the street, all I can know is that I can live up to that promise. Twitch, don't yell at me. YouTube, don't yell at me. Worst comes to worst, what I can do is, I'll take the. I might have to edit the VOD and blur some bits of that. That's fine. Makes for more editing, but that's fine. Oh yeah, we have the note for the guy. Honestly, I end up and also I end up deleting the VODs on Twitch anyway to save space because that's stupid space limit. So yeah, I'll just blur it for YouTube. Or the fire. Okay, let me just mark 4:55 mark on VOD. Add some blurs. Okay. We got a note for you, buddy. Almost hit load by accident. Callie asked me to give this to you? Oh, thank you. You're very kind to help little Callie. Nobody really pays her much attention. Been trying to find her for a few days now. Glad I could help. She's just near the House of Ixolite in the Temple District. Here, take this. I really appreciate your help. I'm trying to get myself past the Temple District and find her. Okay. Anything else to talk about? Thanks again for delivering that note. It was a pleasure. Okay. Let's take the greenstone to the mage. She'll show me some magic stuff. Every greenstone, Emba.
Put it out in your palm, child. Now focus on seeing what you saw before.
I concentrate on the stone and search for that feeling I felt before. Once more, the world around me becomes a seething mass of particles, and I see Emba hold out a copper coin. I look at the coin, and look at the greenstone in my hand, and realize that they are much the same, except that the greenstone has some impurities. Understanding what I am to do, I focus on the impurities and will them out of the greenstone with my thoughts. Slowly at first, but then quite steadily, the stone becomes pure copper. I then urge the buzzing copper particles down into a disc shape, trying to match the coin Emba is holding. After much effort, I am left with an almost perfect replica of the coin in her hand.
You see, by being able to see how things are made, we can alter them, copy them, create new things from them. The key to being able to affect the world is being able to understand it at first, just like with anything.
Thank you, I think I understand now. Alright, and we got a copper for it. Ad's about to hit, so save. And we'll be right back. We're good. And again, like, God of War's allowed on here. Don't yell at me. You have anything else to talk about now that we did magic stuff? No. So we now have 5 coppers. And no real side quests. Oh, we just saved, so... I guess we'll go talk to Quorm. I don't know why I shook another beverage when I'm not done this one, but whatever. Oh, I want to check the flag, but okay. Can we talk with her after that? Morning, Astus.
Well, it's so good to see you again, sweetie.
Alright, Hope. Cool. Alright, yeah, we haven't gone into the temple yet, so... Let's take a look around. I thought Ixolite got us a great beauty. Either a priest lie or they need to find a better sculptor. So it's sort of the only things the priests spend their money on. Well, the money they spent on decoration here, they could have installed the best bar and wine cellar. What a waste. Older looking priest, sour face and perched up on the stand. It looks like he's concentrating on something. Serious looking priest with the mark of the House of Ixolite tattooed on his forehead. Undoubtedly, this is the main priest of the temple. Okay, Quorm's the water blessing guy. Wow, what is with these priests and their banners? Maybe the banner merchant went out of business and they bought all of his stock? Huge windows with a fantastic view of the city. But when nobody's around, the priests watch the whores in the street from here. Perverts. talk to Quorum first. Hello there.
Hello, what is it?
What are you actually doing?
Every minute I am not distracted from it, I spend weaving blessings into this building.
Okay.
Its holiness is maintained by our vigilance.
What do you do?
I specialize in blessings, whether on people, items, or for potions. I invent new blessings each month and plan to make an almanac detailing them soon.
Ula asked me to speak with you about holy water?
I told her I'm not willing to commercialize this service to an extent that is sold by a third party.
But if you did that, less people would come and bother you.
But it's not the point. There's no reason why we should allow others to provide the services of the House of Ixaly on our behalf.
Unless you think you have a reason? Okay. Well, you're oh yeah, butter them up. Well, you're obviously the best. Why not prove your superiority to everyone?
You seem to have misjudged the nature of my role here in the temple. It's not about ego, reputation, or vanity.
Alright, maybe not buttering them up.
Take glory from such a thing is to fall victim to pride, and this is against our doctrine. I shall hear no more of this matter. Take your request to someone else. I will not be blessing any water today.
Alright, well, we're rolling with the punches. It's like we rolled with the other stuff. Good morning. Welcome to the House of Ixaly. How may I help you? What is Ixaly a goddess of? Ixaly is the goddess of pure truth. To her, nothing is more important than pure, unaltered truth. Of course, the gods do not interfere with the affairs of mortals anymore. But the powers granted by to the House of Ixaly were originally granted by her, and thus we still serve in her name, even if we do not directly serve her. What do you do here at the temple? I am the pastor here. I deal with the mildly complex problems that people bring to the House of Ixaly. Yule outside the temple deals with the simple everyday issues, and Quorum in the stand deals with the more specialized stuff. More specialized stuff? Oh, sure. People get themselves into all sorts of strange situations. Moving souls from one body to another, some of the more powerful enchantments like giving sentience to inanimate objects, and all sorts of other things. Last week we put a man's soul into a leaf. As long as people are willing to pay, and it doesn't go against the doctrine of Ixaly, we're happy to serve. I probably should have talked to you first to learn about, things. The doctrine. I need a resurrection jar. Charms of 5 copper coins. Certainly, here you are. Perfect, and I shall require one of the hairs on your head. It's to bind the charm to your individual spirit. Sure, there you go. Here's a charm for you. May Ixaly watch over you. Thank you. See you later. May Ixaly walk with you. You talked to him about anything else? Nope. Okay. So Quorum shut down.
Hello there, Cal. Hello there, Cal.
Who are you?
Now, Cal, there's no way to speak to your goddess. You are in my temple. I'll remind you to show some respect when you address me.
Ixaly, I thought... didn't the gods withdraw from the material plane hundreds of years ago?
We did, indeed, but I have need of your help. I need the mortal woman you just served to visit me in my domain.
Can you not just summon her there?
No, I am bound by the terms of the arrangement we made centuries ago, which state that the gods can do no such thing unless the mortal in question wishes for it to occur also. Mortal rites, we call them, whereby a god may not meddle with the mind or soul of a mortal creature. It's a minor inconvenience, but we shall respect this, and we will make her want to come visit me.
How do you propose we do this?
Here's what I want you to do.
Not tell me on camera. Okay. Well, we'll get her to bless the water, I guess. Hello there.
Good morning. How may I help you?
Perhaps it would be best if you just bless the water.
Well, if you think getting Corman to do it is too hard, I can't blame you. Might as well pay us less for this batch, but it's better than nothing.
Sure, I'll make sure I take it to her. See you around.
May his blessing be upon you.
Alright, so we got some holy water. I'll go drop it off. Interested in buying this? I was asking you to deliver this holy water to you by the House of Ixtay.
Oh, well, they probably gave me a badge?
Yeah, Quorum doesn't seem, just doesn't seem interested.
It's a real shame. All this stuff works, but it's nowhere near as potent as Quorum's. Oh well, better than this than none at all. Take this for your troubles, and I'll send payment through the temple later on. Okay. So we might have got a full 5 for, at least 3, maybe 5 for it. Oh. This is after I've killed myself to bring myself back to life, so it'll be in my pocket. I really wish I remembered who gets the bottle cap. Alright, so we know the bottle cap's for Thoriad now. And we still haven't found anything made of wood. Anything more with you? Anything more with you? Oh, months of spring and summer, these are beautiful shady trees and leaves fall off as they have now. They're often used to collect to be used as wrappers for various cigarettes they get made in these parts. Okay. I'll go one more round seeing if she sees anything. White wings. Saw the blowing glass. Okay, I don't think there's anything else useful here. Does Bonce need anything else? Anything for sale? Nope. Okay. Nope. Same interruption deal. Okay, we had all these conversations before. That's kind of what I'm skipping. I really thought it would be it, but okay. Oh. Can't collect anything near the room. Oh, puddle. That's new. Not touching that. Polygraph appears to be congealed blood but reeks of vomit. No doubt whoever puked here was in a bad way, but on the positive side, they probably don't remember it. There are plenty of drinks that can do this to someone for sale around here, but nobody knows what they taste like. Not because nobody ever tried them, but because nobody ever recalls doing so. It's probably... I remember they mentioned that being particularly nasty. Can I take part of the post? Okay, no.
The only other thing I could think that would be related to piss would be a bottle, but you know, I was reading these last night. I had to piss something chronic when I woke up this morning. Thought maybe I could help you with the poem.
Oh, well, I guess it's worth a shot then.
Here you go. Be careful with that stuff. Thanks. Here, take this. I guess maybe we can just take the poison? Okay. We didn't follow up on the poem. Let's check that, and then I'll try just taking the poison. Should probably take it at home, honestly. Actually, let me talk to the priest, since... the goddess talked to him. I don't know if it's going to add any new options, but... okay. The bioluminescence thing kind of sort of made its way back. Oh, did we report that we delivered the letter? Okay. Can we report that we delivered the holy water? No. All right. Poem follow-up. Go on, just one verse. Okay, alright.
Pastellas in spring, powdered asterisks. Pork chops, pink chips. Poor lovers, pigtailed sailors. Piss.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing.
A pleasure, my lady.
Okay, doesn't change otherwise. Oh, it's flying to different places. Maybe if we follow it around, it'll do something. Get down from there. Dang it. Click the banner? Got it to come down, but where's it going to land? The puddle. Okay. I didn't have to get something sticky, I had to use something sticky. There's magical energy in the bit, I could feel it. I just didn't know what it was. Okay. We brought it here? Okay. I guess we can try selling it to bounce. Bias?
Oh, chromatic beetles. Sure, I'll buy this. They're not super powerful, but some enchanters use them in rituals. Worth a couple coppers to me.
Okay. Again, still nothing really else to buy. We never ran into Thoritrios, so... let's go get Snissled. Oh, maybe the kettle. Alright, time to make this poison tea. Oh, this stuff kills me fast. I don't fancy spending a week in agony, and I need to be dead in time to catch up to Jer Hall. Well, the leaf mix in with the water for a bit to get the full effect. Wonder what it's like, the afterlife. Since gods know how many people there. My journal's to be believed, but I've never really thought about what awaits them. I mean, sure, I've killed people. That's part of my being a mercenary, but I do try to avoid it if possible. Most jobs can be achieved through more subtle means, really. According to my journal, I wasn't always such a pacifist. Well, guess it was a different time. These days I get so little work that I never really need to kill anybody anyway. Well, my delicious poison tea should be ready. Hope this doesn't taste too foul. I take a sip of the liquid. Oh, fuck, that is hot. God, I should have let it cool down first. Guess I was too distracted by the idea of dying. What a stupid thing to do. Great, now my tongue is burnt and my mouth tastes like it's been pissed in. Nice going, Moira. Oof. Alright, welcome to the realm of light bulbs. Well, can't see a river here. And nobody said anything about a blue cavern filled with strange glass globes and a ceiling when you die. Huh, floating blue door. Never seen anything like that before. Well, maybe this leads to the sticks. Strange light. I wonder who put it there. Huh, floating door. Never seen that before. Starting to glow within too, I feel memory entering my thoughts. Not one of my memories, but someone else's memory. As it fills my senses, however, I feel myself adopting the memory as my own. It's like finding a forgotten but vaguely familiar recollection, even though it's the first time I've had it. Okay.
Footprints. Someone has passed here recently. Thought I'd heard something. These footprints seem familiar to me somehow. They still possess the faint essence of the boots that left them. Wonder whose feet made them.
Okay. Are these just going to be side puzzles? Oh, this is a temple for sure. This isn't the House of Ixaly, though. I wonder where I am. Rose giveaway as a priest? Like, warriors need weapons, priests need altars. You know, you can work with that either, but it's a lot easier with. Fancy, but not very practical. I wonder how long it took to make all this. Nice design, if a little overdone. Wow, big lights. Symbol of the unending, the cycle in which souls, bodies, and worlds are reborn.
Welcome to the Temple of Eril, child.
You have to be a priest. Seriously, is there a reason why all the priests dress exactly the same?
Well, yes, naturally I am a priest. You have come to the Temple of Eril. Of course there are going to be priests here.
The Temple of Eril? Which city?
City, we are high in the Amphior Ranges. Certainly you're aware of this, seeing as how you've visited here.
I didn't exactly arrive in the normal manner. One minute I was trying to kill myself, the next I found myself in some strange empty blue place.
You tried to kill yourself?
It's a long story. I don't expect a priest to understand.
I don't think anybody could understand that.
What do you do here?
I'm an acolyte studying history and basic healing.
History? How's that important?
It is essential that traditions are understood and preserved.
But isn't it all written down?
Yes, but the doctrines are not all fully translated. A lot of my work involves translating old texts so that we understand them more clearly.
And you still do healing?
No other priests are around. I can perform some basic healing duties. For more complex blessings and charms, you'll have to wait until one of our other priests can see you, I'm afraid.
I see. Farewell. No need for using an altar? Nothing. Damned if I can see a thing out of it. No reason to touch it. Things working fine. Is there anywhere else to go in here? Alright, so... I can't resurrect my way out of it, so... Alright, I legitimately have no idea what to do. Concentrate my thoughts, move my... Okay, click on yourself. Okay. Focus away from the strange memory. I find myself in and shifting my thoughts back to those of my own mind. Okay. So just interact with yourself to go back. Oh, this could almost be Kamea. So the architecture is too old and the air smells wrong. No idea where I am. This definitely isn't one of my memories. It doesn't feel the slightest bit familiar. I wonder whose memory it is. Or the barrel was filled with its fizzing and seems to be slowly eating away at the flagstones. The smell even from here is eye-watering. Seems to be a merchant sign. Tattered a poster for a theater show. Those are definitely sorcerer robes. Okay. I want to take that poster. I've drank some pretty terrible things in my time, but I wouldn't drink whatever that stuff is. At least not without something to get me drunk enough to make it seem like a good idea first, anyway. Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
I seem to be trapped in the afterlife.
How do you mean?
I needed to catch up with someone before they crossed the Styx, so I killed myself. Instead of finding the river, myself on the banks of the river, I found myself in a strange, cold, empty place with a door and globes on the ceiling.
This is most likely the plane of limbo.
Limbo?
Indeed, the place where those who are between life and true death go. Those who are removed from the unending circle before the time the physical plane can find themselves there.
Is there any way to escape it?
There are many people who have done so, but I fear the secret to it may have been lost. Apparently an adventurer by the name of Cadillac wrote the secret down, but nobody knows where his writings are. May I ask why you need to catch this person at the Styx?
He owes me some money, that's all.
You willing to confront death for a few coins?
It's the only thing that has any worth for me anymore.
That's very sad.
Well, big deal. I can deal with it. I will.
You have my best wishes.
Thanks. Who are you?
I am Feel, a sorcerer.
What sort of magic can you do?
I'm a student of the School of Potentiomorphism.
I've never heard of that before.
It's the study of unlocking one's own potential.
He's a motivational speaker.
Within our bodies is contained an unimaginable power. We merely have no idea how to unlock this power and use it. We study ways that this can be pushed so we can turn even more of our potential into effective magic.
Gotta unlock your chakra so you can use a Rasengan. But what actual spells you can do?
Oh, well, the standard ones. We just try to make them bigger.
What is this place?
The city of Thorn. Are you a visitor here?
I'm not sure. One moment I was staring into a glowing light. Next I was here, but it feels like I've been here before. Almost like a memory.
That's strange. I've never heard of this phenomenon before.
I don't understand it myself. In any case, nice to be here in Thorn. Farewell for now. Okay, so I think we gotta find Calisir's memory somehow. We did that one. We didn't do this lower one. I don't think. I went for the biggest one first. Alright. Great. I've gone from one poorly lit blue cavern to an even more poorly lit, even bluer cavern. Never thought dying would be so depressing. Heavily muscled with many scars across his torso. Undoubtedly, this man is an adventurer of some sort. One huge cavern. Wonder who built the stone bridge all the way to the middle there. Must have been very determined, whoever they were. Wow, those columns were huge. How on earth did anybody ever get them up here? So someone made it it's made out of some kind of stone? Hey there. How's it you got here?
How's it did you got here?
I'm not really sure, actually.
You're not sure?
It's been a pretty strange day.
No doubt. Can't even remember getting here.
What is this place?
Long forgotten cavern deep beneath the valley of Comfele. To be honest, I'm surprised to see you here. The spider webs I pushed my way through here look decades old. I thought this place was completely deserted and had been for years.
Actually, I'm not really sure how I got here. One minute I was looking into a glowing light, the next I found myself here. Feels like a memory, but I don't think I've ever been anywhere near the Valley of Comfele before.
Well, you're here now.
Who are you?
I am Tar, an explorer and warrior. You?
I'm Mora, drunk and supposed to be dead.
Supposed to be dead.
I killed myself to catch up with somebody at the River Styx. Well, that was the plan. Instead, I found myself in some cold blue place with a floating door and strange glowing globes.
You killed yourself to catch up with someone.
I brought a resurrection charm along for the ride.
You trusted this will save you from death?
Who knows? I had nothing much to lose anyway, except the chance to get drunk enough for a few hours sleep. I don't exactly live a fulfilling life.
Sorry to hear that.
Farewell for now. Inspect the top of the casket. Symbol of the unending on top. Beneath it, a row of symbols: a vulture, Grim Reaper, and 3 eyes. Alright. Vulture, Reaper, 3 eyes. Strange hieroglyphs. Tap the casket. Casket sounds like a normal sound. I can't hear anything unusual. Inside the casket. Casket is empty, save for some dust. Not crossing that stone bridge. Way to look at the light. Surprised all these lights are working.
I brought new organisms to place in them.
Makes sense.
I expected the old ones to be alive and to be left alone for so long.
How'd you get them in the lights on the roof?
The very long pole.
Ah. What's that casket?
Not really sure. I thought it would hold the last writing of the great adventurer Caliseer. Or when I opened, there was nothing inside. I guess someone beat me to it.
How unknown were his writings?
Among treasure hunters such as myself, they're considered one of the ultimate prize.
Wouldn't you have heard if somebody found them then?
Yes, I would have thought so.
Then maybe it's hidden somewhere else? It's possible, but with every other sign leads to this being where Caliseer would have hidden it. What are those symbols on top of the casket?
Not sure what the hieroglyphs mean, but they seem to be the only thing of interest about it.
I wonder who would know.
Sure, a mage of some sort would be able to decipher them.
Ah, farewell for now. There was a circle. There was a circle back at the temple too, so.
Would it be her? I cannot be sure. It's an echo in her spirit that chills my soul. But I was expecting someone more malevolent. Must find someone else. Charlie would know her spirit lived better.
Oh, hey. Seem to be on the outskirts of a city. How quaint. Not the Styx, though, and therefore I'm still nowhere near my coins. There has to be some way to get out of these memories and into the banks of the Styx. It's just tiny light. Doubt it lights up the street much, even on the darkest of nights. It's like the tiniest breath of wind. The chime is completely still. Crystal catches the light nicely. What a curiously dressed fellow. What fancy clothing she's wearing.
Hey there, can I help you?
I seem to be a bit lost. You know how to get to the sticks?
I believe you have to die.
Tried that. Didn't work. Sent me here. I'm Mortar, by the way.
I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Bond, a specialist scribe translated exotic dialects.
Oh. Lovely. I'm a drunk and a thug for hire, so you don't know how to get to the sticks?
Honestly, if dying doesn't work, then I have no idea whatsoever, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, oh well. That's a strange suit.
Oh, but it's a unique and marvelous design. You see the tailor over there? I buy my garments exclusively from her. She has such a perfect eye for unusual cuts and shapes, and it really does suit me to find a charming woman who can also design splendid clothing.
You seem to care a lot about your clothing.
Oh, but how could I not? I'm a specialist translator. I regularly work my way through all sorts of wondrous texts. It suits me perfectly to dress in an unusual style as well.
You have a thing for your tailor?
Well, I cannot deny the charm and skill of the lady in question. I admire her for her designs very much. But I worry, what if getting to know her better somehow took away from the mystique of that? I'd be ever so heartbroken if I got to know her and she just turned out to be an ordinary person.
Well, of course she's just an ordinary person. She's just different in certain ways. Besides, are there any other people around to like her?
Oh no, she really is uniquely gifted.
Then surely you're worried about nothing.
Your point is valid. I will consider the situation. I just wish I knew how she felt about me. I have no idea if she even really knows who I am beyond one of her customers.
I could ask her for you.
Oh, would you? But don't be too obvious.
It's fine. I'm going to be subtle. This is clearly a lie.
Alright, I'll leave the matter in your hands.
Can you help me with some symbols?
What sort?
They look like hieroglyphs of some sort.
Sorry, but I know nothing of hieroglyphs. You would need to speak to a sorcerer, I would say. They're the only ones who use hieroglyphs.
Farewell.
Yes, farewell to you too.
Oh, I meant to save. Good afternoon. I seem to be a bit lost. Lost? How do you mean? I'm not sure how I got here, or how to get where I'm meant to be, or even where I am. Well, you're on the outskirts of Kirion, I know that much. Where are you supposed to be, dear? I intended to go to the River Styx. Not to concern you, but I think you're only supposed to head there when you die. Yeah, well, I tried that. I've already killed myself once today, and all it did was get me here. So, I guess it's not as simple as that. Oh, you sure you're feeling alright, dear? I'm feeling awful. I haven't slept properly in forever, I'm hungover as a dog, and I'm pretty sure the poison that I drank is going to leave me with a huge stomachache. 2 of those are continents, to be honest, but the third is a new one even for me. I'm sorry to hear that. Nice clothing. Thank you, I designed it myself. I'm a tailor and a dressmaker, you see. Oh, do you have a big business? No, sadly. I do my best to make innovative, unique, special clothing, but most people seem to want the popular designs, not unusual ones. I put so much care into each new design to make it special and to try and improve my skill, and people only want what they're used to. Still, I have a few good clients, like Bon over there. It's nice to know there are a few people who look for fresh ideas in their clothing, but I wish there were more. That Bon seems to fancy you. Really? What a sweetheart. He seems quite fond of your clothing, too. Oh yes, he's one of my best customers. You should get to know him better. Go out to dinner with him. Quarter customer? Oh, but very unusual. Still, he's a lovely chap. Well, if he asked me to dinner, I certainly wouldn't refuse. But I don't know if he'd be interested in that. Farewell. Alright, pass it on. Goodbye. Can we interact with these? Don't really want a wind chime. Don't have use of a small light. No use for a crystal. Okay. Oh, also, let me note that crystal... This is another trio. Light. Wind chime. I don't know if it's going to come up at all, but... Taylor seems to like you too. Really? Well, she said she'd go out to dinner with you if you wanted.
Oh man, I must make a good first impression on her.
Sure, no burping. Try not to get in her bed unless she seems really into it. You'll be fine.
No, I must do more than this.
What more is there?
Let's find a gift for her, something truly unique and special, to show how I feel about her.
That might be a bit much.
Nonsense. I would think on what I can get her, and what should I make the best impression possible.
Best first impression possible. Now, giving relationship devices might be possibly the worst person to do so. To be fair, giving advice about finding happiness in general is pretty ironic, really. So to you too. Very little tree. It has blossoms on it though, which is strange. I think it was the right time of year for blossoms. Let's see if she's into anything in particular. Okay. Alright, let's ask the wizard about the, You know, this was the summary one again, okay. That one's not usable. Neither of these. The big one's the temple. That had the circle of the unending. Okay, okay. Draw a little map for myself here. So big guy, temple, tree. This one is the cave. I think it was just this one. That's a city. Alright, talk to me about hieroglyphs. I'm having trouble deciphering some hieroglyphs. You seem like the scholarly type. Can you tell me anything about them?
Possibly. Tell me of these hieroglyphs.
They're written on a casket, which was meant to have a book hidden inside. The casket seems empty, but there's no trace that anything else was disturbed.
Tell me the phrase that the hieroglyphs depicted.
Order was vulture, reaper, 3 eyes.
Searching the face, searching the beyond in the face. Try looking underneath the casket itself.
I haven't.
And try looking under it for a facade it could be hiding behind.
Good try, thanks. And there was nothing there. Okay, so we're looking under the casket. Oh, there's another one.
Do you see? Yes, you may be right. There's something about her that makes me think that she is the one. What do we do? Wait, we have to be certain.
Alright. Underneath. Oh, yeah, there's a circle underneath, too. I have to open it first. Look beneath the casket. Look, here, there's a book beneath the casket. Where? Where? That's it. That's the book I'm looking for. Who was that? I don't know, but someone definitely heard something. Is anybody there? You think it was a spirit? No idea. I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't seem to be talking anymore. Or there's some way we can get it to talk. Oh. What are you going to do with the book? Ideally, I'd like to take the book with someone who would be willing to work on a translation of it, but I don't really know the best place to take it. It's done a dialect I've not seen before. I'm sure somebody would be willing to have a look at it. I'd like to think so. Farewell for now. I guess how do I get the other guy to this memory? This is the way I've ever seen before, how far from Kamea this is. Maybe it's a very short contained memory. Alright, I'm kind of at a loss of what we're supposed to do at this point. So we need to take the crystal. But we need a reason. Oh wait, maybe, okay, maybe the temple, okay, I think the temple would tell me how to deal with the spirits, okay. We'll try it. Because we haven't tried chatting back with the temple. Oh, this was the city again. The big one is the temple. Okay, so it's definitely not here. Alright. Would you be willing to translate something?
In the nature of the text.
Lost Raid is the Adventure Callus here.
You found them?
Well, I helped.
The text was brought here, then I definitely do my best to interpret the writings within.
Alright. Any idea how to talk to spirits?
You need to give their voice something to resonate through, usually.
Really?
Yes, Krista is the clearest medium for them to speak through, so we usually recommend this.
I see. Thank you for the help. Okay, cool. We're back on track. Alright, that's where we should have the crystal. Yoink. This one. Okay, we got more spirit chat here. So
Nice to be here, Jolie. I just know it. Really, she can be none other than that one we have waited for so long for. We cannot do anything in this fateless place, though. We must wait until she has moved on to a place of consequence. It's possible for one to leave Limbo? It is her make. She'll find a way. She has already proved that she can do the impossible.
alright. Save having the crystal. Oh. Okay. Is anybody there?
Hello? Oh, my voice. It has returned to me.
Ye gods. Heck, that worked. Who are you?
I was known as Callus here in my time on the physical plane. These days I am a lonely spirit, unable to move on. All I can see down here in this cave is mine, for what it may be worth.
Why are you here?
I am bound to this place. Here's my journal. The only thing I ever did that had any real worth was to write a book that I never let anybody read. My entire legacy is laying here forgotten for decades.
Unable to move on?
During my life, I jealously guarded my secrets, afraid that someone else would benefit from them. My ability to traverse the plains brought me great wealth, and I grew more and more paranoid that someone else would be the one to profit if they learned the secret.
Secret? Oh, well. Now I realize the only thing I wanted to achieve with my life was to be remembered. If I had shared this knowledge I had instead of hiding it away in jealousy, people would remember me. Instead, I died alone, feeling like a fool as I did when I saw how my corpse looked dressed in the finest clothing there was, but there was still no more important than the corpse of a drunken beggar in the gutter. At that point, I realized how little I valued all my wealth and how much I wished for just one person to come and say farewell to me. Please take the book, share it with the world, and let just one person remember me. Being remembered is the only thing that has any value to me now. As for you, my lady, thanks for your help. Please take this. The ring is of little worth, but it's from a land far away. By a jeweler nobody remembers. That's the gift. Perhaps I can be someone else's... help someone else be remembered as well. Okay. Hello again. You should take the book to the Temple of Ariel. Is there someone who will translate the book there? Yeah, there is. We've already discussed it with her. Amazing. I can take it there as soon as I can travel there. Thanks for your help. Farewell for now. Alright, book check. Ring check. Let me look at it. Alright. Here, you use this. You take this as a gift for your lady. What an unusual ring. I've never seen one like it before. It's unique as far as I know. Thank you. It's marvelous. I wish I had some way to repay you. Huh? See if they met up. Has Tar brought Callister's writings here? Certainly, I've read the book. I've had the book here for 7 months. 7 months, but I only just... When I considered it, I realized it was entirely possible that these were not only memories of different times, but also different places. I see. I'm particularly interested in the section on Limbo. Sadly, I haven't made as much progress as I had hoped with the translation. I think I have the fundamentals down, but some of the phrasing seems very odd to me. Do you have a copy I look at myself? I've made myself a guide sheet on the dialect. It gives a comprehensive summary of the dialect as far as I've been able to figure out. It also shows the main problems I am having with it at the moment. Thanks. Very well. Alright, and then we could take this to our guy. Could you have a quick look at this for me? What is it? It's a transcription of notes for an old text. Sure, let me have a look. He pores over the notes for several minutes, underlining phrases and drawing lines between sentences. After about 10 minutes, he starts making notes of his own, and soon hands back the page. There, I believe I've solved the majority of the dialect's phrasings, but it's not comprehensive. You should be able to extrapolate from these findings and decipher the whole thing. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Okay. Hoop. See if we could put it back. I guess not. Ad's about to start, so we'll run that, come back, go back to the Abbey again with the notes, and probably wrap this up. Big one was the temple. Okay. Here, I got someone to look at the transcript. Oh, may I have a look? Sure. Of course, it's perfectly clear now. What is it? They pointed out some rules I was missing. I translate most of the text for this now. Could you tell me what the part on Limbo says? Certainly, let me see. According to this, you need to walk through a door with your eyes closed. What, that's it? Apparently. The hell is that supposed to do? It says that those who try to see the afterlife coming will never reach the Styx. Ah!
But those who approach it without trying to control it will get there.
Huh. Well, thanks for the help.
Thanks for yours. I really do appreciate it.
Wait, what? I need some information.
Oh, you're back already?
Back? Don't play games with me. I heard you had the writings of Callister here, and they have some information that I need.
Yes, how to get through Limbo. We've discussed this.
What? No, I need to go somewhere far more interesting than Limbo. What the fuck? Wait, that was me. What was I doing asking a question like that? I wonder if there was a trick of this place, or an actual memory of myself in the past. Oh, I'm only going to drop it off, so... Eyes closed, going through.
She'd get some of the others. Yes, she has moved on to true death now. It's time for us to finally complete our cycle and return to the unending. It's been far too long, and I'm ready to finish this and move on.
So am I. It's late. Not as late as we usually go, but again, we've been starting early this week, which is good. Ooh, nice water effect. Guess we found the sticks. Draw. You. How in the hells did you get here? I died, of course. How else? You died? Sure. Killed myself, traveled through what appeared to be Limbo. Here I am. Why would you kill yourself? The coins, Jarl. I want them, and then I'm going to take them with me back to the material plane. You're willing to risk death for a couple of gold coins? Do you have any idea what the word mercenary means, Jarl? It means I'm a soldier for hire. It means I'm desperate enough for money that I'll risk death for it. Well, you get paid enough to make me kill for you, but not enough to make me die for you. You really should have been more careful to try and deceive somebody as desperate as me, Jarl. Please, I need these coins to get across the Styx. Without them, the ferryman won't take me. Damn it. You know I can't even sleep at night? The only way I can get some rest is to get drunk, so drunk I can hardly think. Somebody's got some trauma! Do you have any idea how it feels to be constantly haunted by your past? Yeah? Yes, I do. It's the reason I had to lie to you to get the coins to cross the river. You were my last hope. And now, I guess even that has run out. I'm not like you. I can't go back to the world of the living. Those 2 little coins were my last chance at peace. It's almost funny how someone's entire fate can be held in things as so small and easily lost. Oh. Well, we can complete the mission, or we can... Kindness has paid off so far, so... I feel like letting him go might be the way to go here. It feels a little rushed, but... Fine. Keep your damn coins. I'll endure the nightmares, the sleeplessness, and the inability to ever feel actual happiness. But I hope your conscience remembers this. I hope you spend your time in a afterlife feeling guilty about it. This is more than I would have done were I in your position. I'm not doing it because it's the right thing to do. I'm doing it because I don't want to end up like a slimy piece of shit like you. I will never be the type to put all my damn problems on everyone else's shoulders. So keep the damn money. I'll get by. Oh. Another piece of guilt on my already too large pile. It saddens me knowing that we both had to suffer because I was too proud to admit a mistake many years ago. A mistake that I tried to hide and haunts me even now. That they're not actually going to tell me. An act which has led me from dishonesty to dishonesty in an effort to one day finally break free of this shroud over me. I should never have dragged you into it, but I am glad that you are a more generous person than I. Well, for the sake of your soul, I hope heaven was worth the price of admission. Though if you ask me, you put far too much faith in those little gold coins of yours.
We've been waiting for you.
What? Who are you?
Do you remember us?
There's so many of us.
How could you possibly forget us? We shall remind you.
You must come with us. Leave me alone.
You must come with us.
I'm not going to. Leave me alone.
You have no choice.
Alright, help me, damn it. No, I can't. They'll get me. Leave me be. Can't break free? Crystal? No? God, I can't even do it over the water. What do you want? Can I use the charm? Right, time to use the charm to get the hell out of here.
Where did she go? The plane of the dead. Never mind, she'll return here eventually. The one we're waiting for is still here.
Yes, he is. Oh.
I know this one remembers.
Oh, gods, help me.
The gods that you've been running from all this time.
Oh, hey.
I thought I had seen the footprints in the ground. Welcome back to Limbo. I must say I'm surprised that you would visit twice. It's rare that somebody passes through here once, let alone twice.
I'm back here again? I thought I would have turned to Kamea.
There are many reasons the soul visits Limbo. Who knows the exact reason anyone gets down here instead of the afterlife?
I recognize you. You were one of the memories.
Hey, indeed, although that was a long time ago.
How'd you end up here?
I tried casting a spell that used up all my potential. A spell that had enough material to effect that it could constantly siphon the energy from my body. But it was too much, and it took every bit of the energy I had inside me. Had I protected myself from death with magic, but there was no life left in my body. Unable to die, but unable to truly stay alive, I was sent here.
Would you like me to show you how to move on past Limbo?
Oh, no, I've known that for a long time. I could return the material plane to the afterlife at any time of my choosing, but I have chosen to stay here.
I'd like to return to the material plane. Could you show me how? I don't know why I returned here instead of there, or how to get back.
I could, but I require something in return.
What is it you require?
One of your memories.
My memories?
Yes, the globes in the roof hold memories. With these, I have tried to turn Limbo into a place of life. I believe that with enough memories, I can turn it into the greatest source of history in all the planes.
Okay.
I've been collected so few in the time I've been here in Limbo, but I'm patient. Here there are no time limits, no threats of an end. The more I collect, the more like a real place this looks like.
And all you want is one of my memories.
Yes, but be warned, you will lose this memory. You will never recall what it is that you chose to sacrifice.
I have so few memories, I've forgotten so many years of my life. I guess I can handle losing another memory if it means it'll get me back to Kamea. Okay, what do I need to do?
Look up into this big empty globe here. I bid them to store memories. Just choose an important one to focus on. The globe will do the rest.
Alright, there's the dream of a peaceful life, which does scare me every time. We like Ictor. We're definitely not ditching Astus. Jerhal would make me forget this whole trip. And therefore I wouldn't be pissed at him anymore either, so... I felt the globe pull at all my thoughts. I thought of Jerhal's southern feature staring back at me as though he saw straight through me. I remember the hope I felt when he offered me the job, told me the payment for it. I recall the eerie way he talked to me, haunting and chilling, and yet somehow familiar. I felt my anger rise again as I thought of his betrayal, and the pity I felt for him as he stood, clinging desperately to his 2 little coins at the bank of the sticks. And then something else, something hidden long ago, rose from my mind and hit me like a wave, my skin prickling and my knees weak as I suddenly remembered. And then it was gone, and I was left shaking and terrified, unable to recall the revelation that I just had, as though I'd only been allowed to know it for the most fleeting of moments. I'd lost it again, and I was left with the feeling you get when something is on the tip of your tongue, but you can't quite pick up what it is. I looked at Fiel, and he nodded, and then quietly murmured something under his breath, and placed my hand over his hand over my tear-filled eyes with a solemn expression. I felt myself fall into sleep. I'm guessing we had more history with that guy than I thought. Oh, waking up from being dead feels awful. I feel like I woke up without a skeleton. Wait a minute. Shit, what the hell happened? Ugh, can't anything go my way for once? Time to speak with some priests to see what the hell they've done with me. Whoop, fuck. Stupid hot stove, melting body. Need to get my legs back first. Table? Oh, can't reach it. I'm probably gonna make myself stretchier, then I might be able to reach up there. Wood? Kettle? Window? Sword? Journal? Chair's not selectable. What am I missing here? Oh, maybe just click on myself to concentrate? No. What the fuck? Feel warming through me? Feel making me feel more flexible. Shit, hang on, I think I'm melting. Oh, I feel all gooey now. Do gooey table? Bed? I legit have no idea what the hell we're supposed to do here. Guide time. Alright, so we're gooey now. There we go. Okay. That's better. Slightly. At least I can walk now. Sort of. So don't go near the stove or it'll melt our ass. Hang on a minute, that's me. Oh, someone else took our body. Might have been Ixale, but... So, the passport was in the Temple District, but I got a passport from you earlier today. It's me, Yiktar. I'm Moira. So Moira passed a minute ago. Someone's taking my body, Ictor, and I think it's the priest of the House of Ixalan.
I don't know, you're telling the truth.
Ictor, please, you have to trust me.
Oh, there was some way I could say I would know you were telling the truth. But the gods know I owe Moira a few favors. I'll let you pass, because you really are. If you really are Moira, then I owe you the help. If you are Moira, make sure you look after yourself, lass. I don't know what sort of mess you gotten yourself into now, and I doubt I can help. But if there's anything you need, come and tell me. Thank you, Ictor. You're a true friend. Off you go now before I change my mind. Can I go back? No. Okay.
Should have guessed you damn priests were behind this. It's a regular thing. Do you often sell people resurrection charms and then follow them confident that they're likely to die soon? Is that how you get the freshest of bodies? You get the freshest bodies to sell on? My customers are willing to pay a high price for such fresh bodies. No, you don't understand. You're damn right I don't. I don't understand why instead of waking up by my own body, I came back from the dead as a pile of goo, had to chase down my own damn body down the street. Perhaps you'd care to explain it to me? We were commanded to do so by the Lady Excel. Okay. Let me get this straight. The reason that I woke up from being dead in a pile of slime while my body roamed the streets of Kamea was that you were ordered to do this to me by a goddess who hasn't visited this temple in hundreds of years. That's what you're trying to tell me? It is the truth. This was Excel's wish. Why the hell would Excel ask you to do this? He said that she had to make you want to see her in order to get you to go to her domain. Well, mission accomplished, because I demand to be taken to this goddess of yours right now. Yep, there we go. Well, I have my body back. That's nice. Guess I don't have to punch any godly faces in after all. Where's this Exele, though? And how do we get back to Kamea now? Are you there? Exele? How's this is some sort of test? I thought it was going to be like, it's me. What do we got here? We got a vase. Small and dark, looks a bit like the vases you see in temples. Okay. Can't look at the sun. We got a rod now. Strong, quite large. It almost feels like it doesn't have any weight. Okay. You're very comfortable at that angle. I'd probably slide right off if I tried sitting on it. Do you have to adjust it? Same look at it. There's some look at the wall. I wonder what it's for. Got a rose. How typically symbolic. I bet if gods would have been a lot better. I bet gods would have been a lot better liked if they actually say what they meant sometimes instead of being mysterious. When I said I wanted to test, I was being sarcastic. Fucking gods. No wonder people hate you so much. I don't suppose you'll let me go without finishing your stupid test. Thought not, bitch. Damn it. Is there an order to them? This really shouldn't be so hard. Yeah, the liquid wall in the bowl is all sticky. Put that in the vase. Oh, so the sticky looks like it's what's dangling off of there. Can I get a vase full of sticky? Okay, grabbed one. so that's not the trick with those. Well, maybe we put this on the block so when it disappears it comes back and lands in it? Okay. Stuck there somehow. Okay. Wait, cloth is different. I didn't see that before. This really shouldn't be so hard. Anything else I can grab here? See maybe if we could lift the lounge. Ah. Oh wait. Cloth, sticky. Put it back. Rose gets stuck. Start to the fabric now. Now what? Is there anything other individual interactions? Oh, maybe we put them back in the main rows. Yeah, okay. Recombine. Feeling happy, Moira?
There were times that you actually felt happiness, you know? Sitting on the warm grassy hills outside Kamei in your first days as a merc. Laughing with new friends, excited at the idea of adventure and traveling to new places and making your fortune.
I don't remember any of that. What do you want with me?
I want you to remember, Moira.
Where are you? Damn it.
Remember how to feel sorrow, my child? You recall Theron, the archer who had first served you the ropes when you signed on as a soldier for hire? Remember how you felt as you watched him die from his wounds and promising to pass his final words on to his family when you returned home? And how long it took you to knock on their door, on their faces when they opened the door and saw another mercenary standing there instead of him?
I remember nothing. You could be making all this up for all I know, as far as I know.
But all, Moira, you should not hide from your memories. That would make you who you are.
Well, it suits me just fine being a nobody. What do you want? Bloody gods, show yourself.
Can you remember being in love? The way Astis felt against your skin, your lips, the way you wanted to hold her and protect her from everything? The fear that you'd somehow lose her, the feeling that you never wanted each moment with her to end.
How dare you bring Astis into this?
Ah, so you have not forgotten the girl who is so dear to your heart. And right you ought to do so, for her soul is so very beautiful, damaged as it may be with scars of the past.
What is it you want?
I want you to remember.
Remember what exactly?
Oh. Do you remember feeling angry, Moira? I dare say it has become your favorite emotion lately. The only one you seem to willing to let yourself feel.
You're damn right, I feel angry. My only joy in life is to sometimes be able to afford to get drunk so I can forget everything and sleep for a bit. Even then I only get a couple hours before I wake up terrified.
The dream.
Yes, always the dream.
Smiling faces, happy people, children laughing. Birds flying through the air, fish in the sea, deer in the forest. The smell of flowers, the feeling of a warm summer breeze on your face, the tingle of frosty air in your lungs on a cold winter morning.
How do you know about the dream?
The same way I know all of your memories. I feel everything you feel, every thought, every emotion. It's something we share. I am your goddess, and therefore I am always with you, in you.
Then you know how I feel right now.
Sad, alone, tired, scared, desperate, angry, confused.
Yes, please. If you know how I feel, then you know that I just want to be left alone.
I cannot do that, Moira.
Why not?
Because I love you too much. Nobody should live the way you do. Nobody should spend their life trying to forget. You need to stop running from those memories, Moira. You can stop the dream, but you need to face what you did.
I can't remember any of it. Look at me. I cannot see you.
I am here.
You're very beautiful.
So are you, my dearest child. So very beautiful, it breaks my heart to see one with such a beautiful soul spending their life tormented like this.
Why are you trying to help me?
Because I feel your feelings as you do, and I love you. Now look into my eyes. You will remember much, but there's something you must remember most of all. And it may be the most unpleasant thing anybody will ever remembered.
And I am taken away to a memory, this time one of my own. I find myself looking at someone, and I know he is a god. I know that I've come here to kill him. My knife is buried into his torso, and his warm blood runs down my arm, making my grip on the dagger slippery and sticky. He stares at me, knowing he's going to die, knowing that I have killed him. I stare back, knowing that he is a god, something I've only just realized, and suddenly feel everything. He shows me, looks into my eyes, and I feel his thoughts merging with mine. My mind is flooded with a surge of new feelings, memories, and emotion. His feelings are now mine. I see all the beautiful things he created, all the happy people from my dream. See an entire universe of balance, harmony, and chaos working in perfect unison, the product of millions of years of life and changes. This God is the life source behind an entire universe. In killing him, I've killed it, the whole thing, destroyed. I feel his love for it all, true empathy, understanding every feeling and emotion of every living creature in an entire universe. It is overwhelming, and in comparison to the hugeness I now feel part of, my own importance, my significance now feels so small. The God in front of me collapses, dead, leaving with me an understanding of what I have just done. Me, a tiny insignificant speck, has just ended an entire universe. Billions of living things suddenly extinguished with one action. The death of an entire universe on my shoulders. Suddenly, this wasn't the simple job I had thought it would be. I felt alone, tiny, unimportant. None of the money for this job, none of anything I'd ever done had any importance anymore. I had understood an entire universe, understood the true wonder of countless elements all working in harmony, and I had destroyed it all. You killed a god. I killed an entire universe, and try as you might run from it, the memories still haunt you. But why did I do it? You were tricked into taking the job, told it was merely a powerful sorcerer that you were meant to kill. Told by whom? Nobody would remember him. Oh! Jor-El. Well, why tell me all this? Today you killed yourself and returned to your body. You passed through limbo. You managed to find a way to kill a god once, something nobody has ever done before. You can fix this mistake, Moira. You can undo what you did. But how? That is up to you to find out, I'm afraid. Why, though? What could I possibly gain from bringing this god back to life? Even if I manage to do it, I have nothing left. There is one who still loves you, who is dedicated to you. Perhaps if you can undo this, you may allow yourself to love her back. I need some time to think. Take all the time you need, my child. I will be here for you. I had the dream again last night. The same happy people, laughing children, and warm sunny fields. This time, though, the dream was longer. I had stayed with Ixaly for a long time, and she restored much of my memory. And she held me as I cried, bitter, helpless tears. So many emotions, forgotten memories, old friends. Just remembering all of it at once left me drained.
And then I slept. Not the restful sleep I endured for so long, but proper, restful sleep. I woke up back in Kamea, back in my own body, and for the first time in as long as I can remember, well rested. Today was going to be different. No more drinking away memories. No more doing whatever I could to scrape together a few coppers. Today I had a goal. I now knew what the memories meant once more, and this time I wasn't going to run from them. It was time to face the mistake that I'd made and fix it. Yesterday was just a miserable day and a miserable life. Today, I had hope. Piss was written and coded and drawn by Ben Chandler. Music by Kiptinima with vocals on Exili's theme by Miranda Govan. She's popped up in a couple other ones. I think as a voice actor, if not a singer. Set effects by Kenneth Hyde. AJ by Chris Jones. I've seen Sebastian Faller's name around. Francisco Gonzalez, that's Grundislav. Dave Gilbert, of course. The Sephiroth. I think Christopher Sachi's popped up before too, but I don't know from what. Posted by Mark Lovegrove and Screen 7. Alright. I gotta see if I have a Screen 7 playlist.